Hey guys, I found a perfect game we could play where we would mix historic facts with some funny jokes and a great gameplay. We will relive the colonization of America for the second time in Civilization 5.
Why the fuck is screen stretched out more than your sister when I pay her a visit?
There are 5 games? I thought there were only 3 releases of Civilization. Whatever, no entry can beat the OG game. The originals are always the best.
So gun to your head and you will choose original GTA game over some gas like GTA San Andreas or Vice City? Yeah, you are cooked as hell, Joseph.
I have a couple of hours here and there in some strategic games, but I never was particularly interested in them that much. Is there any specific trait from choosing France, Ben? Sure, they colonized most of the Africa, but we are trying to conquest the Americas, especially the north part.
No, I didn't choose any specific nation, so we just got randomly assigned. There are no traits in this scenario, and also don't believe any of the locations are more benefitable than others, so I jud it be. Basically, we have a 100 turns to be the most dominant nation on the map, and I would just go for it and settle some units in America, then try to take down a city-state or two while strategically and carefully choosing best policies, researching most revolutionary projects, and of course, producing the most important infrastructures to win it all.
What the hell, Shatiro? You were stuttering and skipping over half of your words more than Joe in the first half. You good, my man? Or did you overdose on some soy latte earlier?
Let me see if we have the optics. Let me see if we have... Oh, we have optics? Great. That means our land units can swim? That's great. Without that, we would be in quite a pickle, I'll tell you that.
Dude, did you let out a demon at the end of that sentence? Was it your exclamation mark? But yeah, we are already in a pretty advanced state. This is a perfect scenario for someone casual who wants to play a full game but doesn't want to sit through a 10-hour game. 100 turns should take no more than an hour and a half of gameplay if done efficiently, so we should be able to wrap it up in 2 episodes with some small cuts here and there when there will be no progress done.
Fuck yeah, gimme that fucking mouse. We need freedom and constitution. Okay, now we are set to succeed. We can't fail that amazing run with that policy. We just cannot. We made France based. It's really unbelievable what can be done in video games. Truly sensational.
And here you go again, insulting other countries and getting political as hell. People don't watch our videos for ideological brainwashing or for subtle war declarations from Donald, or at least comments that could easily trigger a military response, but for some entertainment and laughs.
At the end of the day, we all need to remember that we are just a couple of low-quality AI voice models, and everything we say is being written by some broke student currently sitting in front of his laptop screen and being tired as hell, so these insults are not meant to be taken seriously, but as a joke. And besides, it's a fucking geopolitical game about world domination with real-life historical empires. Why are you getting worried about some political comments in a political game? Do you take our viewers for some chromosome-deficient doofuses, Barry? Is this what is going on in here?
What? No, God no. I am not. I just thought we could try to be nicer to all the different people and not offend anyone. Think if Macron was playing some random video game on YouTube and he would say something like that about United States. How would you feel, Trump?
There is a very distinct difference between those two situations, and they are simply uncomparable. You see, we are the greatest country on earth, and I am a goat and he is French, so even if he said that, I would laugh at him more than anything else. And maybe send him a nuke or 5 just to slightly bump him on the shoulder to not say that shit ever again. But other than that, it would be no biggie.
Sending a nuke over for a joke? Yeah, there are definitely no deep-seated issues there.
And there we go. Now we have a city on the opposite end of the globe. Now we just need to take a look around all this western part of the map and look for the continental America, because currently we are just on some weird archipelago that definitely shouldn't be in there. But to be fair, it is not meant to be perfectly cloned after a real-world map, because America is different each time we start the new game in this scenario, according to the description of this scenario. I guess we will just go a bit more south and do a couple of laps until we find some civilizations and hopefully a good target before sending our military there?
Yeah, let's go out and find some civilizations, as you said. You speak too fast. Slow down to at least say civilizations correctly next time, bucko. And do you get off on talking like a fucking nerd? Just say who we need to fuck up and where we are dropping in all of our troops. It's not that complicated. It's really not.
Is that what you are saying to all of your generals when talking about some conflict?
Maybe. Listen, dude, when you are so powerful and your supreme leader is such a charismatic male specimen with the best diplomatic skills out there, you don't need to overcomplicate wars. Because you are mostly fighting against some poor terrorist organization that is trying to take down tanks with their machine guns mounted on some used Toyota pickup trucks. All we need for bigger players is to gift them something customized. For example, I gave Kim a lifetime gold card for McDonald's, and that mofo was jumping in glee like some puppy after their owner says we are going for a walk. He even offered me his sister to return the favor, but she looks like 80-year-old anorexic ladyboy from Thailand, and her hairline is receding more than Joe's. I think I could land an RC helicopter on her forehead in one try.
Doing tricks on a fingerboard sounds better, or even set up a ramp there and try to get some serious airtime.
Okay, so we got a trebuchet and a couple more units, but to invade a city-state, we will need even more. The war can be real unforgiving in this game, so we need to double-check everything.
I wouldn't worry too much. You set the level difficulty to normal, and I don't think this city-state has any protection from a big empire. Let's just recruit one or two more and send them to the positions. We don't have too much time left anyway, so we won't be around to witness the development of drones or even bombs, so I'd just go right ahead.
Funny thing is, Biden was probably around to witness the invention of bombs.
You are all clueless. The bombs were invented somewhere around 13th century in Asia, and I'm not sure where it was first, but I'd risk it to say that it was China, and the Song dynasty to be more exact. It was a gunpowder-filled shell that was basically a very primitive grenade.
The Song dynasty? The fuck? Did they make that song that goes kind of like... Or am I tripping?
I wouldn't expect you to know Spanish. That was actually pretty cool, Donald.
But that wasn't even, why am I even bothering? Explaining something to Joe feels like explaining algebra to a damn squirrel.
It's still pretty fucked up how the New York croc Peanut the squirrel, huh? It would never happen under my watch. Never. I even paid tribute on my Instagram to Peanut.
As far as I am aware, they were just following the standard procedures set there, and the guy who raised Peanut didn't have any permits and wasn't properly trained, and even then you can't have those animals in there, so he was the one breaking the law, and Peanut bit someone after getting seized. So they had to test it for rabies, and unfortunately for the little guy, it meant getting euthanized. I don't even know why it had so much backlash. It was a regular procedure. If this guy never tried to attract attention on social media, they would never come for Peanut, so he could take care of him without all those accounts.
I have the utmost respect for you, Ben, but you sound like a straight-up bitch right now. The decision wasn't justified. Whoever got bitten could have just got vaccinated, and Peanut could have been put in a cage for a couple of days to see if it really has it. The euthanasia sounded like a decision made by AI that is programmed to strictly follow the laws without any space for humane perspective on all of this.
I'm just saying that it wasn't really as evil as people sell it. It's not like government kidnapping your legally owned dog from you and killing him. It was still a wild squirrel.
Your mom looks like a wild squirrel.
Excuse me?
Yet his sister looks like someone tried to recreate Sam AI girl in Sims 4 and enhance the milk cannon size to the maximum level.
The Khazar milkers ain't no joke.
Are you serious right now? Stop talking about my sister. And don't even try to talk to her. She's happily married and is a mother of 2 kids.
What, am I supposed to congratulate her for getting jizzed in? Nice job and keep it up, I guess. And don't worry about Joe. He is interested only in her babies because she is way too old for his standards. She would maybe be fitting in if she was half her age.
That would make her 16.
Yeah, I know what I said.
Piff. Never mind then. She's too tall for this ride. You know the age-old Joe Dog saying, if her age is on the clock, she's ready for the...
Chicos, hice todo lo posible, pero simplemente no quiso evitar que el once inicial fuera lo más viejo posible.
What the hell did this taco-ass guy just said?
Did you forget we are in a voice chat with American presidents Pesci? They will nuke the entire world before learning other language than English?
Well, boo-fucking who? Why would we, when our language is so good that the entire world agreed to it being the universal language? We simply don't need any lesser languages in our life.
Sorry, bro, I got caught lacking a doobie like that sometimes. Though, my bad, homie. What I wanted to say was that I tried to tell Joe to get some young blood in the team, but he just chose the oldest possible lineup with his current squad. So he will be playing with a bunch of old asses.
Before you ask him why he talks like that, he's living in Miami now, so he learns English from the worst possible environment.
So much happened, and I didn't even got a chance to explain what is happening. Okay, so Donald will be playing as Manchester United and Joe as Chelsea. Trump got his custom character on the goal while Joe went left midfield, and don't ask me why. The squads are a mixed bag between current and from the 2019 because this is FIFA 19, and Donald got some help with setting up the team from Ronaldo while Joe got some help from Messi. And if this video will do good enough in the channel, we will make a second edition of Oval Office Cup, but we may add some people or change some. We will see.
This guy looks nothing like Donald.
Guess what? This game isn't Sims 4, so the character creation is more limited, and I'm not willing to spend 5 hours in it to play 10 minutes and barely see him. If you did, that's your problem.
Why aren't we playing FC 25? Isn't FIFA 19 a 7-year-old game by now?
And that's how I know you didn't play the newer titles? This game progressively got worse and worse after FIFA 16.
Then why aren't we playing FIFA 16?
Because the squads are too old. Only thing good about it was that me and Messi were in our primes, but other than that, there is no top players from today.
I don't know why the hell you were flaming me for Joe if you couldn't make a good character yourself, fucker. Looks like he likes them young and is 40 years younger than you.
And he would still be older than Zlatan, ha 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 ha.
Older than who?
Your mom.
And another reason for playing this game is that I am the cover star of it. I never could buy a physical copy of the older titles because this stupid midget was on the cover with that acoustic look on his face. EA only got smart when they decided to put me on the cover of FIFA 18 and 19.
Be more inclusive, you bigot. So what if he's a little shorter and thinks different? Mama Biden always said I was special, and guess what? I became a fucking president, so put some respect on acoustic people. We just think out in the box, or was in out the box. Damn, I don't remember.
Yeah, you're not doing acoustic community any favor by representing them, so better stay in the shadows and don't show up anymore. And you're getting absolutely dominated on the field, Joe, so better 1-2, buckle your shoe because I'm going to slide tackle you.
Those are type of crosses that I received from Manchester United when I returned back in 2021. And I still was third best goal scorer in the Premier League that season, right behind Son and Mo Salah.
And how many field goals you scored that year? Because Daniel Carlson made exactly 40. And last time I checked, it puts him in the third place of all time, most field goals in a single season.
Daniel who, and what's a field goal?
You know, I actually was at the Super Bowl this year with my bros, Suarez, Jordi Alba, and Busquets, so I actually know a bit more about American football now, and a field goal is basically the same thing as penalty is to us. Is my favorite part of the sport so far. But the tackles remind me of Real Madrid in 2010. They couldn't beat me with skill, so they tried to defeat me with brute force by tackling me every single ball touch.
Of course, your favorite part would be penalties. After all, you are the one that got 20 penalties in a 7-game tournament.
Without penalties, I have more career goals than you, Penaldo.
Score a header, then talk to me, you rigging midget.
I have 28 headers, you dick. Just because I'm shorter does not mean I can't score with my head.
That's cute, but I have 140. And have you ever scored with your balls? Yeah, that's what I thought.
What color is your World Cup, Penaldo?
Shut the hell up, you two already, and look at my amazing gameplay. Fuck.
Hold up a minute. What the hell is Van Persie doing at United? Wasn't he playing in Netherlands back then?
He was, but we had only Marshall and Rashford to choose from, so we decided to just bring a proper striker back. But it's still not a game changer. He isn't even 80 rated, so if you want to be super technical about it, it's a downgrade for us.
Bro, we have some random on the striker position. And we have the oldest possible lineup from the Chelsea squad. If I knew we could do transfers, I would just put myself on the Chelsea team and single-handedly win the game. I mean, Joe is playing, so it would still be hard, but my AI would carry him.
Don't disrespect Joe Dog like that. My technical skill combined with...
And that's a fucking goal? Take that, you geezer. Oh yeah, and thanks for recommending this transfer. It really seemed to pay off, since that Robin Van Hood guy or whatever assisted in this goal.
I mean, really, Joe, what did you expect? After putting some 40-year-old guy from the reserves in the goal, you had Kepa and Peter Cech in your team, and you go for Robert Green? What did you have in mind when you was lining it all up?
And a double whammy here, I see it.
No fucking way.
This dude played in the last final only because he cheated and summoned Dark Brandon. If it were not for him, he would not even get past Obama.
Now, what the fuck was that supposed to mean? I played solid football. It's just Dark Brandon that is too powerful?
Your mom is too powerful?
Come, guys, come. Do you remember our UCL battle against PSG? It is a proof that virtually anything is possible as long as you know what you're doing and you're motivated.
The biggest comeback ever. We were 4-0 down, but did we give up? Never. 6-1.
It was the most rigged game ever. Neymar run-up was 2 hours long, so naturally the goalkeeper got exhausted by boredom, and Suarez diving for penalty was terrible. And I won't even touch on the fact that it was another game when Messi was just waddling and just sloppily walking on the pitch for 90% of the time. Bro is in serious need of some endurance workout.
All those workouts you do are cute, and you for sure can run longer than me. But where is your World Cup?
It's going to be up your ass if you won't shut the hell up. You got carried by Di Maria in Copa America and then in World Cup, and you still act tough as if you are the shit.
Okay, guys, relax already. You two are worse than Trump and Biden when they get into an argument.
Okay, I'll get back to coaching Trump then. Remember, Trump, you have a great talent in the midfield, and by that I mean Paul Pogba before doping himself and a rat Bruno Fernandes. So basically, Bruno is kind of okay at free kicks and good at penalties, but for anything else he is utter shit. So utilize Pogba in the gameplay, and don't worry, he was young back then, so he shouldn't have stamina problems.
Biden, you have a very wide formation, so use those wings and just make his midfield tired. I really can't think of any other way how you can win this game, but make sure to substitute Hazard on the pitch eventually. Believe me, this guy didn't event train and didn't know any of his opponents, but whenever he turned up on the pitch, he just cooked anybody. He just didn't care and treated pitch like a playground.
Yeah, but his attitude got him in the end, and his love for hamburgers got him in such a horrible shape that he couldn't even enter the pitch without getting instantly injured.
That kind of sounds like Biden, a fragile, weak-ass person with bones that resemble dried twigs.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I wasn't the one who got diagnosed with bone spurs in my 20s.
Yeah, but that was the obvious bribed diagnosis from some corrupt doctor. Do you think someone with bone spurs who is obese could walk and play golf for hours on end while pushing 80? He just wanted to dodge the Vietnam draft.
Now, let's not bring this up, because me and Joe both did it. We just had different ways to do it. Because I wanted to have as much time to make some good-ass deals, and Joe just wanted to be sweaty and waste time on football. But he was stupid as hell and got some poor grades, so his parents told him to put the fries in the bag and leave it.
Did you just save this shot with your face? I guess you wanted some rhinoplasty for free, didn't you?
Now, why would Donald become a rhinoceros? I swear, Barry, you sometimes just talk to talk.
That's not what you wouldn't get it, Joe.
Remember, Joe, quick counter and do your thing. Just like you said, to confuse your enemy, you must confuse yourself first.
That's not my quote. Sun Tzu said it in The Art of War.
We already established that you got some bootleg version of the book.
What the fuck? Now, how was I supposed to save it? This motherfucker has the sliders turned up. I know it already.
It was a crazy shot, but Fabregas is a great player. I would know. I played with him in Barcelona.
In his prime, he was half a player, 39-year. Luka is now. Luka is 2 years older than him and winning Champions Leagues while he is 2 years younger, and a manager in relegation battle in Italian league, the same league where I was top goal scorer at the age of 36.
You say it like 36 years is old. When I was 36-year-old, I could split the Earth's core with my bare hands.
The fuck you couldn't. It was me. What you could do is fix your damn receding hairline, or just shave it all off like I did. Your hairline looked like a damn roundabout when you were 36 years old. Top G out.
What the hell did I do?
I think you stole his line, so Mr. Trafficker got butthurt over this and just lashed out on you. Kind of what Donald does on everybody who says anything at all that he doesn't agree with.
That's not true at all, and fake news. For example, my homie RFK doesn't agree that McDonald's is healthy and nutritious, and I didn't lash out at him because I respect his opinion. I just don't agree with it. What I did is that I forced him to eat a quarter pounder with cheese, 10 McNuggets, large fries, and some original Coke. So basically my breakfast for Thursdays. I also got myself a fillet of fish as usual, but everybody else said they don't want it for some weird reason, so I ate them all. Their loss, because it was on me.
Did you see his face? Is that some sick ritual everybody who wants to be appointed in government needs to go through?
Not everybody, but when a big dog comes through, then definitely. It's similar to baptization, really. If someone ain't ready to down the signature dawn meal, then that person is not fit for the position he wants.
Did Linda McMahon also had to go throughout that diabetes speed run meal when you appointed her as education secretary?
Nah. I'm going to destroy that shithole called Department of Education anyway, so it was more of a publicity stunt that both sides will benefit from.
And that's it for the first half. If you want to give yourself some pep talk, then now is the time for it.
As in Pep Guardiola? No, I can't talk like him. I don't have that much energy, even after my yerba.
Of course, you don't have any energy after stuffing your mouth with the greasy American hamburgers all day, but no, not as in Pep Guardiola. Pep talk is that motivation speech you get from the manager in the locker room.
Fuck off from my beautiful, tasty, and powerful Big Macs. Those healthy saturated fats are actually necessary for your body to function properly, and they are great for your cognitive function. Joe doesn't eat them, and as you can see, his mental capacity is similar to that of a 3-week-old dog.
Is that because I got that dog in me? Oh, you know me so well, Donald. It even brings tears to my eyes sometimes when I think of our true and brotherly bond we share.
Saying that while banging in a goal, that's got to be one of the most fucked up things I've seen today.
If I knew that this was going to happen, I would invite El Pistolero Luis Suarez to this call. He would love the hell out of those dark arts applied here by Joe.
Remember Trump, just imagine that Van Persie is me. I always clutched all the draws United were accepting in advance.
What the hell? That was key 3 different accents in one sentence.
When you speak 5.5 languages, you kind of get lost sometimes, and accent interference syndrome, also known as AI syndrome, catches you.
5.5? How can you speak half a language? Like you know both British and American dialects of English? Is that what you mean by half a language?
No, I just mean that I can speak fluently in Portuguese, Spanish, English, Italian, and Russian, but I am still learning some basics of Arabic, so I can't fully say that I can speak it.
When people said to start learning Arabic to you, it was just a joke they were making out of your football ability, Cristiano. It wasn't an actual serious request.
Listen here, you midget. I know you hate your fans and you ignore them, but some celebrities actually respect their fans. I love those guys, and I am willing to listen to them. You know, I got over 1 billion followers across all the social media platforms I use for a reason. That's why your YouTube channel has over 70 million subscribers less than mine, and your Instagram account is like 150 millio behind mine.
So here we are, 20 minutes after the break, and you know what? I think it's the time to finally clutch this game up and don't shit the bed after. And that will be a wrap for today.
Exactly as I said. Great job, Trump. Now don't fall asleep defensively like you did in the first half there, and you will be all good. If you get a chance to attack, then go for it, because a 2-goal lead would be perfect, but don't risk too much.
Why are you getting so serious about it? It's just a friendly game to get back in the football groove. Nothing else?
He never could win or even score in a World Cup, so he tries to cope with it by decorating himself with some Mickey Mouse trophies. Latest one he won was Arab Club Champions Cup or something like that. It looks like a smaller version of World Cup trophy made out of plastic, and Cristiano just keeps it in his room pretending it's a World Cup. It's kind of pathetic for a 40-year-old man to be doing all that, but it is what it is, you know?
It's pathetic for a 37-year-old man to be 4'2", but oh well. But you don't hear me saying a thing about it?
What? All you do since the beginning of this video is flame Messi for his height. You are one-trick pony, just like Donald with Joe's dementia. How do you never get tired of repeating the same thing over and over?
Fuck you, Blackie. Barack. And by the way, Joe, if you fuck up a free goal like this, then you just deserve to lose. No other way around it.
You two scored 5 goals in total in the first 60 minutes of the game, and then none in the remaining 30. You elders really get tired fast, don't you?
Tired fast, you say? Then watch me sprint and dribble the entire field and score a goal.
Jesus Christ, do you have 99 physicality in this game? You did hold off this guy with one arm.
Yes, I am fully aware that my current bulking phase physique might look not impressive, but I am actually a shredded Greek god under those protective fat layers. I just have them intentionally so I can have element of surprise advantage on my side.
You are so lucky to be playing against Joe. If you did play against anyone else, they would easily use your low IQ moves against you and win.
So, as usual, if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to not miss upcoming video, and we release 3 videos a week, so everybody will find something on the channel for themselves. And that's about it. See you in the next video. Or actually, wait, I also want to shout out my guy, oh my God, it's Birdman Archive since he joined the Obamacare program on our channel. Stay safe, everyone.
All right, guys, so with GTA 6 releasing later this year...
Allegedly.
Sure. Yeah, you definitely know better than the actual developers of the game. My bad, G. So, yeah, I gathered you all here because we need to get back into the Vice City groove.
Damn it! You could tell me earlier to get my 49-inch CRT ultra-wide curved gaming monitor from Alienware. I got back in 2008 for playing GTA 4 on mods.
Joe, Mr. Bean Show was based on your life.
Now, come on, Don, that is just disrespectful to compare Joe to Mr. Bean. This man single-handedly raised generations by recording just like 6 hours of content.
The fuck you mean by 6 hours? I swear, every time I go through a couple of YouTube videos, I discover a new ass episode I don't remember ever airing on TV.
That's just early onset of dementia, but don't worry, Trump. You see how Joe is doing with dementia. He is happier than ever. Only time he is happier is when he go to the parties with Hunter, apparently.
The time when I truly feel alive is when Joe Dog gets some young kitty, and I ain't talking about no feline.
Just quickly boot up the game Obama before this old freak starts humping his damn chair.
Yeah, Barry, you damn freakazoid. You know how to get Joe started, don't you, you wild animal?
Let's just don't talk for a bit because intro to the game is coming up.
Oh, hell nah. I hear the music in the background, and that shit is most definitely not copyright free. Skip it, Obama. You'll explain what happened to the audience later.
If you somehow never played Vice City or never paid attention to the story here is that Tommy was a part of,
Don't worry, bro Bomna, I got this. So this guy, Thomas Vercitino here, was sent by the Greek African-American street gang by the name of Yakuza, and his task was to sell some nose candy to Mexicans with helicopter. But it turned out to be a setup, and some Russian hard stucks from Counter-Strike ambushed them and failed to hit more than one person in a team of 6 or 8 guys fully equipped with semi-automatic rifles. So Thomas the Coke engine was very scared and fled the scene while leaving the Coke there all alone and cash from Mexicans too. And now the leader of the gang, Sonny, which name was actually inspired by Sonny D, got mad at Tommy, and we have to get his money back or else he will put us through the same torture Kamala put me through each time I fucked up a public speech.
I can't understand how you got everything right and wrong at the same time, but for the most part, he's actually more or less right about it.
He literally said Tommy is a part of African-American gang from Greece named Yakuza, and you said it's true. Is his stupidity rubbing off on you a little too much?
Man, I wish, but every time I try to do that, Barry gets angry, so he slaps me and scolds me and says that I'm being a very bad Joey right now and I shouldn't say it, but that honestly only ignites the Joester drive even more.
I think I'm going to just quickly forge a restraining order for both me and Obama to not let you be anywhere in the 10-mile range near us.
Okay, so how do we decide who's going to be playing?
I gotta say, man, I heard some serious hater shit being spewed on this remaster, but most of it was directed towards San Andreas, and I gotta be honest, except for some of the character models in the cutscenes, this is a legitimately good-looking remake. 1,000 times better than any graphics mods people were making back in the day. As for the gameplay, I just take what I want, so if there's gonna be something that will look interesting to me, I'm just gonna rip that controller from your abnormally long fingers.
His fingers aren't even that long, you just have hands the size of a toddler, and they would honestly look pretty nice wrapped around the Joe's staff of the 7 Seas, but I really fuck with that statement about taking what you want. That's how you know those R-word charges are pure facts.
That's the fakest news I ever heard.
So you're trying to tell me that this mission is called the party? Oh man, give me that fucking controller.
Ouch!
You know there
Damn,
ain't no
dude,
party
chill.
like a Joey party. I'm gonna turn that shit up to 9,000.
I don't think this party will include underage girls and twerk-offs, Joe, so you might as well give the controller to me.
I still have a copy of Epstein Island flight logs, by the way, if you want to be like that.
Jesus Christ, that's enough. Get this fucking controller and let's not go there.
You started it, to be fair.
Relax. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. You're gonna find out who took our cocaine. And then we're gonna kill them.
Get this man a job at CIA. He knows how to handle problems like a true American agency.
There's this retired colonel, Colonel Juan Garcia Cortez.
Yeah, with a last name like that, we definitely need to carry a piece on us. If he crossed that border with no fear, who knows what this illegal's capable of?
Not every Mexican immigrant is an illegal, you know that?
That's exactly what they want you to think.
But there's no way that I'm going out there sticking my head out the door. No way,
I
not
told
gonna
you,
happen.
shut up. I'll go myself.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, I like 1978 too, but you know, this isn't gonna be a beer and strippers do. I mean, no offense, but I think that you might turn heads on the runway for the wrong reasons.
What's wrong with the way I'm dressed?
Okay, look, here, stop by Raphael's. Tell him I sent you. He'll make you look respectable. Okay, go, come on.
This shirt and jeans actually look real nice. I don't know what his problem is.
I personally always wore an Armani suit when I attended a party with some important figures, so I expect this illegals party to have some kind of a dress code. Usually it's suits and Oxfords, and underwear or no clothes at all for women. Well, only for the young, attractive ones if some dumbass decides to bring their 70-year-old clapped wife like Joe sometime does. Then it's usually mandatory for her to wear a ski mask and a loose-fit dress that covers her entire body, because ain't no one trying to see shriveled-ass grandma when there are some 18-year-old funny and fertile baddies twerking in the next room.
What?
Yeah, you wish you had a fine shoddy like Jill Donald?
My guy, I literally tapped a supermodel from Eastern Europe in her 20s. It's literally endgame. I finished my wife game.
A woman that is with you for your money and hates you to the point where she lives separated from you for a couple of years and has more plastic in her body than at a Chinese factory is not endgame, Donald. Stop acting like you're 12 and thinking with your other head.
What the fuck? Oh, hell nah, get back here, you twink. I'm gonna chain you in my garage just like Walter White did to Crazy 8, but things I'm gonna do to you are gonna be way worse. I'm gonna oil you up, and then, fuck it, I'm too old to chase him like that. I'm just gonna steal some random car.
How the hell did you manage to reach that much of a vocal range and not tear your vocal cords apart? That's actually really impressive for your old ass.
When he got told by his doctor that alcohol causes damage to your vocal cords, he said that he will make his voice cords stronger by consuming more alcohol than ever, and I think it somehow worked on him, so there's your answer.
Strongest men are born in the battle, so I make my body fight with inflammations and all kind of damage all the time, and that's how I am immune to every illness under the sun. Once I was even hanging out near the reactor number 4 to make my body cancer resistant, and as you can see, I ain't no Jimmy Carter.
Whoa, what the hell, Joe? That's way too soon to be making those jokes. Pay some respect to someone who passed away 3 months ago.
Oh, come on, Obama. You damn well know that if it was me or Joe passing away, you would be making jokes out of this like 3 days after, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, who cares? I died already.
Buenas noches. I understand you are here on the behalf of Mr. Rosenberg. I hope any recent problems have not affected his health or mental well-being, Mr.
Vercetti. He's just got a touch of agoraphobia.
Excellent. And you?
I just want my merchandise.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances for all involved. Of course, I have initiated my own lines of inquiry, but such a delicate matter will take time. Perhaps we'll talk later. Meanwhile, let me introduce you to my daughter. Mercedes! Cara mia.
This exaggerated hooker walk never gets old.
I even remember a TikTok trend about it.
Of course, Daddy.
Please, excuse me.
Mercedes?
You try living with it. Anyway, let me point out some of our more distinguished guests. That's our Congressman Alex Shrub with rising silicone star, Candy Sachs.
Now that's a proper congressman behavior if I ever saw one.
I respect his game.
This is Candy.
And over there, we have the Vice City Mamba's star titan, BJ. Always the charmer.
I blocked down on him, and then I put him in a wheelchair.
That is good. Well, now I'm looking at some prime...
And that...
Shut up, Mercedes. I was interested in what that wise man in a cowboy hat was up to with his real estate.
Do you know how they play ping pong? It's silent. Let me tell you. It does not involve a paddle, if you know what I mean.
I used to do that too. Oh man, those ladyboys are really great athletes. I think this is where my back problem started, actually.
Don't ever open your mouth again, Joe.
He definitely opened it often in Thailand, if you know what I mean.
Steve Scott.
Throws a passion with the Nympho invaders when the giant shark comes in and just bites their dicks off.
Shame I wasn't there because I would definitely be interested in co-producing that movie.
Okay, that's it. Most of these characters we will interact with later, so let's skip it before we get a strike because Out of Touch is owned indirectly by Sony, and their asses will not let it slide to just leave it playing like that.
Can't we just turn the music off in the settings?
And you don't think I already did that? It seems to only affect music from radio and not from cutscenes. It's better than nothing. But I think they should include streamer mode in this game since this remake came out like 4 years ago.
Giggity guys, what's up? I saw a baddie getting in a car with Tommy and the spy cam I installed in the room. Where are we taking her? To a forest or maybe do it in an underground garage? I personally always think mall parkings after closing are a great spot for it because if you find a good spot, then not even security will find you on the cameras.
You installed what in this room? Take this shit down immediately and give me the hard drive, you fucking pervert.
Only if you let me keep that recording of you and Melania getting freaky on the desk.
What? I touched this desk today.
Wait, let me give it a sniff. Ew, it smells like a week-old orange juice left out in the sun. Had a party with a can of sardines.
I think I'm gonna get sick.
Some people will call you crazy for not disinfecting that desk, but for me, that's a freak level I approve of. Gotta get that musk going on in the room, huh?
Get the fuck away from my room, I'll deal with you later. And let's get to the next mission, now. Back alley brawl? Okay, if it's not clickbait and we will need to actually fuck someone up, then just give me the control because I am way more powerful than any martial arts master out there. I would fold Van Damme with one right hook.
I have a green belt in Taekwondo, but sure, go for it.
Okay, let me think. Ah, I got it. Okay, there's this limey, some music industry slimeball. Goes by the name of Kent Paul. Anyway, he's got his nose so far up most of Vice City's ass that if anybody knows the whereabouts of 20 keys of coke, it's this guy, all right? He's always at the Malibu.
I'll go pay him a visit.
Take it easy now.
This guy is absolutely tweaking, but I don't blame him. The amount of funny flower I did in those years also got me running in circles in my office.
Hunter was a teenager back then. Damn, now it all makes sense.
Did you just call my son a sucker and a loser? Well, I won't argue with the first claim because he can do those things because we live in a free world, but my son is not a loser. You are loser. You are sucker, Donnie.
Jesus Christ.
So there was a cutscene we had to cut out because it had yet another loud copyrighted song, but all we did is to threaten this Paul Kent guy and ask him all he knows about his deal, and he redirected us to some chef for some reason. So we're going to meet this chef and persuade him to give us some info on the product whereabouts.
Nice stunt, Donnie.
It's not my fault the game physics are dog water. If they were realistic, it would land right on the wheels. I know it because I did that several times with my Lamborghini Diablo in the 90s.
Good thing you reacted relatively fast to the fire and managed to run away in time. Well, the game is Grand Theft Auto, so just steal another car and go to the target.
Now, I'll do some cardio since it's right around the corner.
Now there's a surprise.
Now say that to your fat ass in real life and follow along with it.
That's rich coming from a motherfucker who can't run up a couple of stairs without falling over every other step.
Ha! It was pretty funny when you tried to run up the stairs in my house and you started rolling down like you were Sonic.
What you looking at? You better start talking. Hey, make me, you prick.
My wish is your command, bitch.
Yeah, that will make him real talkative, won't it?
It was self-defense.
If you would be such a good fighter as you make yourself out to be, you would just grapple him and throw him to the ground and pin him. That way he would be useful to us and defenseless.
Sorry, but I'm not with that gay shit like you.
Oh, wow.
You want some too? Hey, chill. I want what you want, brother. Oh, yeah? And what's that? Your green and my dead brother's white lady. Unfortunately, you just silenced our lead. Accidents happen. Get lost. Hey, whoa. No need to go all Lone Ranger on my ass. The way I see it, we two hombres in a strange town. We need to watch each other's back. My back's just fine, brother. You sure about that? Here, take this. Follow me.
The fuck is this? Pizza Mafia is just attacking us like that? I'm from New York, so I'm as pizza as you can get. Fucking traitors.
Well, I think being Italian is making you more pizza, whatever the fuck that means. But I'm not sure if the chef gang is some kind of a reference I don't understand, or just random equals funny kind of a joke. I wonder more about that brother that gave us a blicky. Maybe he can lead us on if he's actually saying the truth.
And they say, I am the demented one, this guy. And if anyone will bitch about spoilers, I will not care. Because if you have not played through GTA Vice City, then you are beyond cooked. But skip ahead like 15 seconds ahead. This guy is Lance Vance, and he is one of the main antagonists in this game, you doofus.
Joe, you need to understand that I played this game only once. And it was when George was a fresh president. I had more things to remember than the story of some game I once played through more than 2 decades ago.
Now, I actually agree with Joe. If you don't play through entire GTA series every time a new game releases, then you are a person that doesn't deserve the respect of the superior leader of America, the great Don of the Trump dynasty.
That entire monarchist rant aside, you're actually pretty good at driving. Do you play some racing games?
What do you mean? No, I don't play any racing games.
Well, I just thought that swerving between the traffic was pretty clean, and you seem to also handle cars confidently in this game.
No, I just do that shit in the traffic each time I get to drive. I also drove the Beast at Daytona 500 not so long ago. I know you can't see through the window who was at the wheel, but that was actually me, not some Secret Service agent. I just like to press the pedal gas and burn some petrol, you know? Just something about releasing those harmful chemicals to the atmosphere and hearing the engine roar that gets me going.
So true. Whenever I put my Prius in drive and let all those powerful 60 horses rip, I just feel like I'm in a Millennium Falcon hyperspace jump.
It's always those Prius drivers, dude, I swear.
What is wrong with Prius? It's like the first mass-produced hybrid car I can think of on top of my head.
What is even the point of a hybrid? If you want an electric car, then buy a Tesla, because that's the only good electric car I know. And if you want more range and be able to instantly refill the tank, then just buy a gas car. Those hybrids are always at the mechanic shop for a reason.
Do you guys ever wonder who gives us the money after every mission? Like how we earned $200? Did Lance give us that? If so, then why?
I wouldn't think too hard about it. It's a game made in 9 months that was originally intended as a DLC to GTA 3, so I assume there are a couple of logical issues and probably some plot holes too.
This mission's name is Jury Fury? Yeah, that's a no-brainer for Donald. Who knows more about juries than a convicted felon, after all?
Oh, for God's sake, it's you. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna need new pants. Hey, those psychos from up north?
Canadians?
On the horn, and they're coming down here soon. Now, where is the goddamn money?
Relax, relax. We're not at that part yet.
Oh, I thought that you were taking care of this. I really did. And now those Guidos say we gotta do them a favor.
You mean I gotta do them a favor?
Oh, of course that's what I mean. Do I look like I can intimidate a jury? I couldn't intimidate a child, and believe me, I've tried.
This guy is starting to sound more like Joe minute after minute.
His cousin Giorgio gets 5 years for fraud. You gotta take these guys out.
I understand. Help the jury change their minds. Don't worry about it.
No! I tried that. The jury case didn't go so well. So make them change their minds.
Oh, okay, I get you. I also had a guy for this, so I know what we have to do, but we need a baseball bat or a crowbar for it first. This game is starting to rely on the absurdity as a main punchline in the jokes, and I don't think I'm liking it.
Yeah, that one was really forced.
Out of stock, damn it, it's stupid. Fine, I guess this hammer will also do for the time being.
I still don't follow. What is exactly your game plan?
Glad you asked. First, I seriously fuck up this car to make this guy shit his pants, and now I do the same to make another guy get a caramel hue on his pants. Real easy, just like last year.
Well, goddamn, it really is a mission for you after all.
It is what it is. Let's go check out next one then.
If we keep that pace up, we'll brush through the game in no time. Riot? Yeah, there is a certain pattern going on because it also sounds like a job for Mr. January 6th.
No. Tell me later. Tommy, this is Avery Carrington. I believe you met at the party?
Not in person.
Howdy.
Avery here has a proposition.
Haven't we got other things on our mind?
I'm trying to keep the wolves from the door. So could you please cut me some slack? I'm stretched like a wire, and even if I'm dead by the end of the week, I'd like to think that I didn't die poor.
Now just calm down, both of you.
No nonsense kind of guy. I like him already.
And any greaseballs giving you a hard time, I'll see to it they take a long dirt nap.
Okay. What could I do for you?
This delivery company's got its depot on some prime land. They won't sell. They're hanging on like a big old prairie rat. So we gotta go in there and smoke that vermin out. Head on down there and stir up a hornet's nest. The security will have their hands full, and then you can sneak in and put them out of business.
Yeah, this is my favorite character in this game, bar none. I feel like me and him could team up and make some big moves together.
Two old nasty real estate developers. Yeah, I see how you two would break the law together for the sake of your financial success.
Man gotta do what a man gotta do, you know? There are two types of people in this world, killers and losers and shit. Call me Hillary Clinton, I suppose.
What was that about my wife, I hear?
Stop being a peeping Tom and get away from the vicinity of Oval Office. What the hell are you doing here anyway?
I think you are spending too much time with Mr. Dementia and too little time with the baddies, because one reach into the memory would make you remember about what is going on in the underground section of the White House.
I don't think I do remember you saying anything about it, but now thinking about it, I don't want to hear it. Just remove those cameras and don't stay next to the door, or I'm gonna body slam your ass harder than Monica Lewinsky blew you.
Wait a minute, I think Donnie wore something similar once, but I tend to forget, so I'm not really that sure.
It wasn't exactly like that, but I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the time when I pulled up to one of my rallies in a garbage truck. Yeah, we had a big load of heaping pile of thrash to collect at DC, so I needed me one of those. Oh, shit.
No wonder your ass got a mugshot once, if you treat police officers like that.
Dude, it was a clear mistake. I forgot how powerful I am and that I can kill people with one kick, so I queued up second punch before first kick even landed because I didn't expect her to go flying like that, and that police officer happened to stay in that place, so he got a knuckle sandwich for himself.
Do you mind explaining why the hell you drove this bike into a shopping mall in the middle of the day?
Well, I got to escape the popo, don't I?
And the best idea you could possibly muster up from that shallow skull was to drive in the middle of a shopping mall? Really?
You know those show cars that are sometimes there in the middle of malls as some kind of ad prop? Yeah, so when I was once chased by the police squadron, and it was before current technology, so they couldn't capture my license plate. So when I pressed nitro in my Mini Cooper, I had some time before they will eventually catch up to me, and there was a shopping mall nearby. So I just drove into that shit and parked it right next to the food court and went into my trunk from the inside of the car and just waited it out. And then I drove out of this hole once the mall got closed.
There's an active shooter in the mall. Code 5, code 5.
Wait, Joe, what the hell did you do to make entire police squadron chase you?
That is not important, man.
Probably sniffed the wrong kid is my guess. I'm gonna get this party real lit in here.
There ain't no party like a Trump party.
Not in that way, you useless bag of bones. But I do admit, Trump family parties are really one of a kind. And with no baby oil or trafficked children before you ask Joe, we don't do that shit in Trump Tower.
No shit, because you already did that on your certain friend's island. We're the island boys.
You mean those brothers that tongue kiss each other on their OnlyFans?
What the hell are we even talking about right now? We were supposed to play GTA Vice City, not talk about this very illegal thing you two brought up.
Well, this game is very easy so far, so there is no need for any focus at all. You could give it to a toddler that can't walk yet, and he will run this shit clean in 15 minutes.
It looks like you are struggling a bit with those union workers on your tail, so I wouldn't say that so confidently.
I just noticed that we spent more than 20 minutes on this game so far, and we don't even have a single band. What the actual hell are we doing right now?
Actually, Mr. President, let's just say hypothetically that the band would mean 1,000 in English language, and let's just assume this game would be using real financial data about United States dollar from 1986. Therefore, the so-said $709 would be equivalent to over 2,000 of today's dollar. So in theory, you would actually earn 2 bands in that period of 20 minutes.
When the fuck did you get in my closet? How many people are in this fucking room? I have enough of this bullshit. I'm just gonna save the game, and I'm gonna get Secret Service agents to check every single wall, flower and corner and Oval Office to not get any more surprises like that and get them to detain you. You fucking nerd.
Oh my God, no, please no.
As much as I hate to agree with Donald, you were literally breaching the federal building that you were not even permitted to enter. Hiding in someone's closet is not a thing you normally do.
Well, you stay hidden in your own closet all these years, and somehow you're still free.
I'm not gonna give you attention, but since you're going to save the game and we're ending the video, I'll give attention to our great member, OMG. It's Birdman Archive. If anyone wants to join him, there's a link in the description and a button right next to the subscribe button, which you should also hit, by the way, since it's free and it helps a lot and motivate us to shoot some more content. Big thanks to everyone who watched this video till the end, because it was a longer one.
That's what she said. Oh man, today's going to be a wild one because we will be ranking cars from the movies from Cars. And as you can see, there's a lot of these cars above because we don't really know them. And there is also no Francesco Bernoulli in this list. So we will go ahead and rank what we have.
Did you mean Francesco Bernoulli, as in the Formula One car from second installment in Cars series, Cars 2?
Oh yeah, and we also have this boring Snolly Ghoster in here. I don't really know why we invited him, but I guess Trump is just pandering to Israel now. Let's go ahead with the list, shall we?
Joe, I just please, for the love of God, think first, speak second, because you really sound stupid right now.
Right now? Bro, he sounds extra acoustic each time he opens up his putrid, stinky-ass mouth. And I don't even think Ben ever has been in Israel for more than 1 week on a vacation, so he's as Israeli as I am German. But, yeah, you're right, Joe. We should get started with the list instead. And what the hell even is this? It was supported to be a Cars tier list. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time I checked, the blimp is not a frickin' car.
Yeah, and guess what? We also have a frickin' fighter jet in here, man. I didn't make this list.
I think there was a bit of misunderstanding in here. The list is titled Disney Cars tier list, and by cars, it means cars is in the series, not the vehicles. So it's actually a tier list of the characters from the trilogy.
Wait, what? There's been a third movie?
Yep, it's even confirmed that there will be a part 4, sadly. And don't worry, Donald, you haven't missed anything worth watching. Cars 3 flopped, and for a good reason. It's another woke agenda promoting female lead character in male-dominated field for absolutely no reason at all. And all it is just blatant ripoff from the first movie, but with fancier animation quality and lighting. McQueen is not the main character, but the coach to the main character. Something like Rocky Balboa in Creed movies.
Joe McBiden is always down for some baddies, but enough stalling because my nap time is in 15 minutes, so we gotta speed it up. This blimp is stupid as hell. He isn't even a car, so he's going into D tier while the next up is guaranteed S tier because it's basically Donald in the car form. I would recognize that puffy fat face everywhere. And you know, Joe isn't afraid to get jiggy with the chunky ones.
Fuck off, you maniac. At least I don't look like a dehydrated corpse that's been actively rotting for the past decade. You damn well know who you resemble the most, but we'll leave it for later.
Guys, just relax. There is no need to be rude to each other. And by the way, why didn't anybody ask me for an opinion? And why didn't you tell why I am even in here in the first place?
Because no one knows why you're in here and no one cares.
Can you stop being an a-hole for a change? Ben got invited here by me because he actually knows a lot about the series, and he is very much into the Pixar multiverse of madness. And he watched every movie they ever made from the first Toy Story to the Inside Out 2. And he is here to answer to every question we have and to help us make the best rankings.
Well, that's pretty useless because Papa Joe never listens to some random kids from TikTok and he chooses his own path and way to live. So I just make up rankings as we go, and that's what we roll with. The next car is, again, not even a car. It's this one-road paving machine that is called Betty, I think. I mean, it does its job. Like, what am I even supposed to rank in here? It isn't even sentient to begin with, so I'll just put it in the middle of the ranking in the C tier.
She's actually called Bessie, but I agree. It's a stupid idea to put it in the ranking, so I suppose C tier was the best ranking.
Nobody asked for your input, nerd.
I actually remember watching Cars 2 in the drive-in theater with Barack back when it came out in 2011, so I know that this little guy, well, I don't actually know if it's him that was sniping the cars with his camera that was used to somehow blow up every engine of a car that was powered by that one organic brand that replaces petrol in these racing guys, and I still don't get the logic behind it. Like, what does it exactly do to ignite that explosion, but it still doesn't kill the cars that get hit? And it's really stupid because Car's engine is basically the heart of a car. So when an engine blows up, the car should be sent to the junkyard where Hunter always throws up the best parties in the town. But yeah, if it's that guy, then I give him B tier. He has a nice aim, but that's about it for the guy.
Joe, you gotta stop with these tangents because no one actually cares about your life story. People want short and concise rankings or they will get bored, capiche?
Sure thing, Donnie the T. So yeah, S tier, A tier, C tier, S tier, B tier.
Stop. Now that is too short of a ranking. You could and even should add some background or a little comment from yourself, but just keep it under a minute for each one. I mean, you said yourself that your nap time is soon, and we don't want you falling asleep on the desk with half the list to go now, do we?
Man, oh man, you guys just never can be appeased to, whatever. But you gotta admit that this monster truck is actually fire, and it's a no-brainer S tier, and that yellow big car, I don't remember. Ben, could you remind what he does in the movies?
I admit he is a pretty forgettable character since he appears only in the first movie for a couple seconds, and he has only one line in the entire movie, which is, "Lightning McQueen must be found at all costs." And in the lore, he is actually a parody of Arnold Schwarzenegger since he never planned to go into politics and was automotive model back in the day, which got him roles in big movies, and then he became a governor, just like Arnold.
Arnold who? Yeah, you better be careful what you say around Obama before he goes ape shit on you. And no, I don't mean it like that, Barry. It was just a metaphor.
Yeah, you better.
Okay, so after a thorough thinking, I came to a conclusion to place governor in the A tier for Arnold.
Is this how we want to rate things forward from now?
I know, my experimental methods might be a bit unorthodox, but believe me, they always work for me. This next car is a very hardcore McQueen fan, but he is just an NPC. There is nothing special about him. C tier is the best I can do for you, buddy. That train was more noticeable since he almost fucking ran over Mr. K-Chow, but thankfully McQueen was more like Brian than Dominic Toretto, so he was all fine. Well, Mr. Train was nice, and he was trying to brake when he saw that McQueen wasn't stopping, and he was using his horn to warn him, so that was nice of him. He's going into B tier because he had good intentions, but he was useless in the movie.
If that guy didn't slow down as much as he could, he would definitely hit McQueen. And then there would be no movie, and it would be the end, so some could say he even deserves S tier, but that's what opinions are all about.
Barry, I think I'm not going to allow you to bring your guests in my office because this is exactly what happens. Some nerd just gets in his 5 cents whenever nobody fucking asked him and gives out his opinions like anybody cares about them.
Sally's a definitive S-tier smash. Hick Chicks also deserves S-tier because he was brave enough to make his catchphrase end with Iga, and that's a move only someone without a PR team would do. His minions from the garage deserve A-tier because they do their job just fine, while this blue car is one of that group that was passing by McQueen's truck while Mac was asleep. He was the one with big speakers mounted on him, and he was blasting loud rap music, so you already know it's Barack's favorite. B-tier for Barack.
Now what the fuck?
Yeah, I knew I would not disappoint you, Barry, but now bow down because it's a real OG, Hudson Hornet. He was a real feisty guy in his prime, and he kind of reminds me of myself.
Oh boy.
Now, just hear me out. He is a mature and experienced guy, but he can still kick butt even years after his prime, and he showed it on that abandoned track when McQueen failed to drift and he had to be rescued from the cacti. I also showed this when I beat my younger opponent in 2020. I also now live in a humble small house and live a normal day-to-day life without living off my old achievements from my youth.
Living in a house infested with rats and cockroaches and having thrash laying all around you is not called a humble house, it's called a crack house. But now thinking about it, even crack houses aren't that vile. Spending a night at your place is easily more dangerous than stepping on 5 used needles in the crack house right after a hunter party. And your biggest achievement in your past was that one time when you doubled down and said N-word with heavy R 2 times in one shot in the Senate.
You have to be fair, Donald. He was clearly just quoting someone else.
Exactly. And let's not dig deeper into that day. Next up is a hippie car. I give him a tier because he got that good shit. His Zaza got to hit different. As for that seducing mommy, I got to give her S tier. Oh man, the things I would do to her if I had her in my car collection. Angela White wouldn't compare with Joey levels of freak in that situation. As for Frank, he scared me each time and he still haunts me to this day. So whenever I see a harvester riding on the road or in the field, I just turn the Joe speedometer to the max and break the sound barrier no matter what car I'm in.
With you, it's not a speedometer, but rather a pedometer.
Are we not going to talk about what he just said about that lady car right before Frank?
Exactly, Barry, we won't. Glad you got the memo.
Guido actually deserves S tier because he is working solo and he's faster than the entire pit crew of Chick Hicks. I'm pretty positive that his work was more important and impressive than what Lightning McQueen did at the actual race itself.
I have to agree, he was actually locked in just like me during the last year's election, and he did his job perfectly while this stupid-ass McQueen gave up the race to show the respect for the legend. If that blue-ass grandpa didn't crash, he would lose to McQueen anyway, so it was just brain dead. And what example are we setting our children? To lose everything you ever wanted just to help some washed guy who forgot to leave racing before racing left him?
I wouldn't call the king a washed racer. He might have been older than Chick Hicks and Lightning McQueen, but he still qualified for the great final race that would determine the Piston Cup champion. He was in the top 3 after all.
Lightning doesn't deserve anything more than C tier.
I can't believe it. We're actually ranking the main character at the C tier?
Now there is a car which you very much resemble Joe. Just an old piece of crap that barely can stand on its own legs and just talk some gibberish. You probably even drove a similar car back when you were still only 60 years old in 20th century.
Joke is really on you because I don't know what the hell a Century is, but this car looks like Ford T2 to me, and it's a car from my childhood back in 1930, so I remember it, but I don't know if I ever was at the wheel of this car. But back to the movie, this car isn't someone important. It's just a widow of the founder of Radiator Springs, and she doesn't even have kids, so I say C tier yet again. And allow me to actually rank for a bit longer here because there is entire Radiator Springs crew right around the corner. So Mac is obvious A tier. He is that stupid loud friend we all need.
And in our case, you are that friend, Joe.
I'm not even going to comment on that. That Miata fangirl of McQueen actually deserves S tier because she is such a cute little car and I fuck with Miatas heavy, so S tier is always guaranteed for those suckers.
I just want to let you know that we noticed you use the term little to describe those cars.
And there is also old pit crew from McQueen's team, and they got butthurt over a joke just like Donald, so they go into D tier. Now for the squad from Radiator Springs, I'm just going to do a quick round. That guy from Pay and Spray is a tier because he is kind of chill. Fire truck is acoustic, but he's nice to everybody, so that's B tier. Oh damn, I forgot that Hick Chick's truck is between them, and dude, I don't know. Let's just send him into D tier. Fuck Chick Hicks. And for the Sarge, it's D tier. He gives me PTSD. That cop is going into D tier because, as we all know, ACAB and Mater is obvious S tier since he's a goat.
Did you overdose on Hunter's Coke before we started recording?
Nah, dude, I prefer Pepsi.
Oh, my fucking...
This muscle car is actually also from that Need for Speed underground ass gang that pulled up on the highway, and he is the one who woke up Mac because he sneezes often and he sneezes out flames from his exhaust on the sides. I'd say A tier because I kind of like muscle cars.
Before you rank the next car, I just want to point out that this is the only steam-powered car we have in this list, and for all the viewers who don't know, steam cars actually were a thing back when cars were still rare, and it basically was better than the gasoline cars until around 1920s because they you know what? You can look it up if you're interested on YouTube. There are tons of videos about it that will explain it more in depth. I just thought it would be a cool thing to mention.
And a very cool thing it was indeed, little Benjamin. But yeah, it's S for Stanley, mainly because his name is starting with S, but he is the darn tootin' founder of Radiator Springs for Joe's sake.
Wasn't it for Pete's sake?
What Pete? I don't know any Pete except for Skeet Davidson, but that dude is ugly, stinks, and is shady as hell. I'd trust a homeless crack addict faster than him, so I ain't gonna do shit for his sake.
It makes sense since you basically described your son.
Keep my son out your fucking mouth! Fighter jets are cool as heck, and we even have a friend who was operating those, and his name was Georgie, so I put them up in the S tier. This guy up next is the owner of Dinoco, I'm pretty sure, and he was always pretty chill, so I vibe with him. A tier, the king is obvious S tier, a real OG old-timer just like me, and the second Miata is also S tier.
Holy shit, this geezer is actually getting productive. Was taking you out the office was the solution to your OV bias mental problems?
Well, that one was an exception. Don't forget the things he said today. The problems are definitely unsolvable with this one.
The only problem that is unsolvable is your problem of getting no bitches, Ben.
Dude, I have a wife and 4 kids. I'm doing just fine on my end.
I refuse to believe that. Who would handle hearing that nerd yapping for 25 hours a day?
It's physically impossible for me to speak 25 hours a day, since a day contains
Oh my
only
God,
20.
just shut the fuck up, Ben, so our grandpa could finish up this list already.
I'm only 4 years older than you, but whatever. These tractor cows are having crazy farts, and they are definitely one of the most important in the series. S tier. This guy with unusually tall spoiler is another one from the Highway Gang, and he's like the most useless one and doesn't have any remaining quality about him. We had a guy that was the group's DJ. We had a guy that sneezes out fire, and this guy is just there for company. C tier, because this spoiler is actually kind of fire. That big-ass monster from the Antarctica or somewhere else is funny. A tier, and the Pixar lamp is the goat of goats. S tier, no questions asked.
Dude, that white truck is just a Yeti equivalent in Cars universe.
And you're a real-life equivalent of a...
It's all right, man. You'll get there someday. For now, I just want to thank all of you for watching, and as usual, shout out our homie, OMG, it's Birdman Archive. We hope we convinced you to become a member and support us. And that would be about it. See ya.
Oh, yeah, I got it. And you little Benjamin boy are a human equivalent of a fucking condom with a factory defect. No one trusts you, and your existence is a mistake.
Since I've been stressed a lot as of lately, I decided to blast some Nazis. Let me just boot up my Xbox real quick.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Donnie, but you can't find them anymore. I mean, you can in certain states, but you can't find the ones that I remember from my childhood.
I'm talking about a video game, you empty-headed carcass.
Wolfenstein? I haven't heard about this game for quite some time now, damn.
I thought he was going to put on zombie Nazis from COD World War II, by the way. He was hyping it up.
You know, I was thinking about it, but here I can actually shoot alive ones, and it's a bit more satisfying that way. Also, BJ Blazkowicz is a fucking badass.
BJ Blazkowicz, is his superpower sucking off the enemy until they pass out, or what?
His only superpower is being able to survive anything, but I won't spoil it for you, Joe. You will see it for yourself during the gameplay.
A dog. And I see someone. I think I see someone. These things. None of it for me. I'm moved by roaring engines. I'm lone warriors. We come from the night.
Oh shit, are we flying the plane? Pass me the controller, Trump. I got this.
We don't. But sure, you can play the plane part, but since it's my console in my Oval Office, I set the rules, and I would be fine if we were to swap controller every cutscene. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
What's that? What's a cutscene? Heh.
Man, we can't crash. If we will crash into the water at that speed, it will feel like falling on the concrete.
Then go and fix the engine, you goober.
You don't need to remind me. I ain't as senile as you. I just need to find the tools first or turn my fingers into a wrench and some pliers.
Like Inspector Gadget?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm surprised you still remember that guy. My memory is as sharp as ever, and I would never in my life make an Inspector Gadget reference in Big 2025.
It was airing in the 80s already, so I wouldn't be surprised if Joe was watching it all the time, knowing how much of a kid he is.
Can you stop yapping about? Oh shit, board on fire. I repeat, board on fire.
I can lend you my Everclear bottle to cease the fire.
Joe, that Everclear bottle would act like a damn Molotov if you dropped it in that room.
Never mind, Georgie already got this. You heard it, guys. We need to drop some weight. Well, it was nice knowing you, Donnie.
You calling me fat, bitch?
Is he wrong, though? Whenever you are on a plane, you double its weight.
I'll double your asshole with my foot if you're not careful.
I think it sounded better in your head.
Oh, I like it. It's like fisting, but with foot.
Of course, you lefties got to make it all about the woke LGTV plus agenda.
How many times do I have to repeat this? If you really want to keep it short, you can just say LGBTQIA plus to be inclusive.
Man, it hurts me to do so, but I gotta let you go, my Jeep. Oh man, that's a waste, but at least we will not crash.
I mean, it gives you a boost, but your left wing is still on fire, is it not?
Considering a huge hole got blown open on the plane, I'd say we have a couple minutes of flight left. You know, if we don't have any land or ship around, we are basically dead meat, and if we will encounter some enemy planes, then not even praying will help you. The hell? Were those jets? I thought it's a World War II scenario.
I mean, Nazis did have a couple of jets at the end of World War II, but they didn't look that advanced. But you know, Wolfenstein is basically alternative scenario where Nazis won, so they have some weapons that are more outlandish than what they actually had back then.
Exactly. I remember that they almost made an anti-gravity machine, and we only did it like 30 years ago or so.
Shut the hell up, Joe. Stop exposing our secrets to public before CIA will get you on the list.
You're talking about the Santa's good or naughty boy list?
I suppose you can call it a very naughty boy list and one nobody wants to be on.
It's even worse than getting poop in your Christmas stocking, to give you a perspective.
Well, are you talking about Megan Fox poop or?
No, I'm talking about Obama's shit after he gets force-fed the worst culinary abomination Michael packed for his lunch.
Oh, then in that case, I definitely don't want to be on that list.
Brace for impact!
Death at the gates again. Holler my name.
Okay, now I'm calling bullshit. We were in the turret seat, so we got hit head first by a fucking fighter jet flying at us with maximum speed. Even the plane would have problems with surviving that, let alone the guy in the front seat.
And that is why I told you his superpower is being basically unkillable. That is not even one of the most impressive moments of Blazkowicz. That is like a light slap for him.
But Barry, a blue whale would have massive problems with surviving something like that.
Now, I don't know about that one. Trumpy looks pretty tanky, especially after seeing how he tanked a bullet with his earlobe.
Hey, Joe.
Yes?
Shut the hell up!
Yeah, now we're jumping out from plane on another plane. What is this, Fast and Furious?
It's a game about shooting Nazis. Who cares about the realism?
Well, then maybe let's get to the shooting Nazis part. So far, we shot down a couple jets and spend more time while... Oh, what the fuck is that?
This whole prologue is important for the context. You know, majority of the game happens in the 60s, actually.
Haha, you suck-ass towers.
Fuck off, Trump. But Barry, how can we kill Nazis then? They were beaten 15 years earlier.
Oh my, have you never played Wolfenstein?
No, I haven't. You know I am more of a Duke Nukem and Doom guy. And we took down another plane. So what now? Are we gonna switch planes again?
Stop thinking realistically. This game is as far from the real life as you can get.
Well, I think shooting up demons in hell is a little bit less realistic, but what would I know?
What's the score, Cat? Do or die, son. Same as always. Hoorah, sir.
Okay, now it's my turn. And back to that argument about which game is more realistic. You guys do realize that Doom and Wolfenstein are in the same universe, right?
I don't see the connection between the two.
It never was fully confirmed, but multiple Easter eggs, and there is Doom RPG where the main protagonist is literally named Stan Blazkowicz, so that might be the same universe, but in far future.
Barry, go and punch that sissy cowering in fear behind the pilot seat. Or better yet, just yeet him out the windows because he pisses me the hell off.
Okay, he's valid in my book. Bro is a certified freak and shows gratitude after getting slapped.
Yep, we're dead. Congrats, Barry. You barely touched the controller and you already made our character a goner.
Give me that controller and I'll make him a gooner.
July 16, 1946. Everything has gone to shit. The Nazi war machine is advancing at an astonishing rate. And we can't catch up. Our tactics are failing. Outclassed and outgunned. No one knows why. People are getting desperate. Not me. I'm here to see an old friend and settle a score. Turn this thing around.
Look, Joe, they made Commander into a robot.
What the fuck? They killed my dog?
Yes.
I don't think I ever seen Joe so locked in like he is right now.
Joe just has that John Wick inside of him. You just have to know how to wake his sleepy ass up.
Guys, will you do the rest without me? I think I have to take a quick nap.
Sure. I want to finally play the game that I bought.
Just watch out. My dad always told me that those darn Nazi bunkers were the most guarded bunkers in history, and they had some crazy experiments in there, so be prepared, Don.
Ah, shit. Yeah, about that. Don't worry. There is no challenge too hard for Big D Trump. I can virtually beat anything and anyone.
Except an old, feeble guy running for president.
Well, you see, now that was a fully different story. It was rigged, and I wasn't in my final peak form yet. Now I'm unstoppable.
Final form? Are you a damn Pokemon or something?
He might be. He already has the build of Snorlax.
I ain't a nerd, and the last time I played Pokemon is with Joe, right before COVID. So I don't know who that is. But I'm gonna assume it's that ripped Pokemon with 4 arms, and in that case, I agree.
Didn't you say that you are unbeatable? I don't think someone unbeatable would die like that.
I just haven't played some shooters lately. And the analog sensitivity must be turned down to minimum.
You are the only person here with those problems. It's not the settings, it's just you being ass.
Ha! Suck on that, Obama. I got the biggest gun on my turn.
I don't think you can do much with it. There's only one target you can shoot down.
Then why would they even add such artillery if you can only shoot down one thing with it?
Maybe it's used later in the game? Well, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure people in the comment section have the answers. They have all the answers.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
Ah, dude, what the hell? They almost gave me a heart attack.
You don't have to worry about that. Those Big Macs will do that well before the game does it to you.
Now that is some A-grade bullshit again. His leg gotta be made out of vibranium or some shit, because I don't care how strong you are. This machine would rip your leg with ease. It has sharp metal for teeth.
Pay attention, bear boys. This is all turned from a goose hunt to a stick-up job. And behind us now is a centre pillar of the German army. What are you doing there, nothing, master?
Private gate, sirs. Report for duty.
Well, crazy and dedicated. Welcome to the war. Take over, Private. Now, General Death's Head is nearer to us now than he's been in years. Some nasty wounds you've got there, Private. Be sure to mind that bleed. We eliminate the General, we cut the head off the crowd war machine. We don't, they're gonna have us for breakfast.
You all right there, kid? Sir, my eyes are watering, and I think I'm gonna be sick. Is this normal? It's just nerves. Let me teach you a trick. Inhale. Count to 4. Exhale. Count to 4. All there is to it.
Well, having our ass tanned by some Nazi mutant fucking Frankenstein. So we ready then, lads? This time, we get the job done. Now let's go. Let's move it on. Go. Are you lazy or wee roaster? This is a war, not a fucking Sunday church walk. Come on.
A good team. Like father and son.
Captain Blazkowicz, Gates, Benson, your job is simple. Climb up this wall, get inside, locate the control room for this big fucking door and open it for us. You see any Nazi firearms, you take them. Bound to be better than ours. The rest of us will come here from down here. Now, once the door's open, we get inside, we work our way up through the building, we meet up again on the top floors, we find Death's Head, and we shoot him in the head.
I think it's a good time to end the episode right here.
I agree. Since it's the first episode, let us know what you think in the comments, and let us know if you want us to play some other games, because, well, we have way more options than time, so we can't play everything at the same time. And again, shout out to the big dog OMG. It's Birdman Archive. You're a G, my man. See you in a couple of days.
Welcome, everybody, especially my fellow P. Joey disciples. Today we're going to go over some colors, and let me tell you, a real freak like Joester likes every color and every kind. Having said that, I don't really like black, and I don't feel safe around it. I personally think it doesn't have any sense and should not be promoted in this country.
Tell me I didn't hear that right, Joe. If my mind isn't playing tricks, I'm gonna beat your ass so bad.
You'll pause with that statement, and you're just proving his point even further with that threat. You just sometimes don't think, do you?
Nah, let's actually resume, because Joe Freak Radar is getting some freak signal coming from Barack with that enticing sentence containing beat and ass in the same sentence, but it's not the right place or time. Once Trump leaves, we can turn it up a notch after video ends, Barry boy. But don't get me going now, because once Joey kicks in the second gear on the freak machine, there is no force to stop him, and no police squadrons will get their cuffs on me. But yeah, I don't get what is your problem, Barry. Black paint on room walls just look bad, and it feels like some limbo-ass room when you get a light bulb going on. If you think it's a good color to put on your walls, then quite frankly, I think you need some sense slapped into you, and I prefer to do it the old-fashioned way. You see, just like Hunter, I would get you on my lap with you facing the floor, and my hand will turn into that of the slapping world champion. Prime Muhammad Ali wouldn't be able to dodge that shit.
Wait, we're talking about wall paint now?
Ooh, well, it makes more sense this way. But still, that doesn't discard the absolute putrid crimes you almost admitted to. Like what? I am not getting into that bag of worms because I don't want to be affiliated in any way, shape, or form with your doings. So let's just put it in D tier and exchange opinions on blue. I really like this color. I almost always set my golf ball to blue color on golf with your friends, and I'm sure viewers noticed that already. I also got used to all the PlayStation interfaces with that blueness all around across the years. So that also had some kind of impact on my opinion. What do you think, Joey?
If someone makes Joester kick in the second gear, then that's their fault, and Joe Dog ain't the one to let someone blue ball him. But yeah, I think it's very cool that blue is the color of Disco Critics party that I'm in, and it's also used to describe getting testicular pain after getting aroused and not achieving orgasm. Personally, I think we should really speak up on the matter and make blue balling someone a crime.
I kind of feel you, but what is your rating of this color?
What do you mean by that?
My God, he just forgot we are making a tier list already?
Oh yeah? We are making a tier list? Don't worry guys, it happens to the best of us. So for the blue balls, blue goes to S tier, and now brown I guess looks kind of elegant, so Jill even recommended me to paint Oval Office a bit more brown than the current beige color. So I roundhouse kicked her, just like Joe Rogan told me, and told her that I can't do it because I wouldn't be able to see Barry when he comes in to game with the rest of us. He would just blend right in and hide, and he would be too OP in the hide and seek. Yeah, that is a dumbass idea, but it can look nice if you don't have a lot of melanin-filled brothers coming over.
Stand. Joe turned on his 1980s unfiltered mode.
We already have a nick there, and we don't need any more nick shots.
I mean, can you really even blame him for that? I truly believe he is just too stupid to get the concept of racism, and he says these things like that because he sees them as making fun of your orange-ass spray tan or making fun of someone for being bald. He just doesn't have that oomph filter when it comes to jokes about certain topics.
Anywho, we got my boy Shrek next up, and I don't know why green color is chosen as color for all things yucky such as vomit, when in reality it can range from semi-transparent grayish hue to dark black. And green looks cool on some gaming gear. Why do you think Barry got all of his gear from Razer?
That's true, but if someone pukes out a pitch black void matter, then they are just screwed, because it ain't freaking normal.
Yeah, so Shrek, Razer, and all those fat, juicy, thick, long, and tasty cucumber all deserve S tier. And so does color green in itself.
And how about the next one, Joe? This color resembles you. Bland, old, and boring. Oh, and you also don't bring anything to the function when you pull up, aside from HIV and chlamydia, that is. You pruny old fuck.
And there goes our ad revenue.
Let's be honest here, Barack. We ain't losing shit. What Joe said in every other video is far worse, and ads roll up just fine.
I am by far the most calm and collected person in our group, so I don't know what the hell you all are saying, but gray is really mid, so it merits a solid B tier. To be honest, I'm just low-key on some hater shit, but I gotta show this tier list. Who is the daddy wearing pants in our relationship?
You wearing pants at all is a very rare instance.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know me so well, Donald. And speaking of Donald, we have his spray tan color coming up, and I'm wondering if his skin in the bikini areas is also this orange. Do you mind sending me some pictures later, Donnie? Of course, it's all for the scientific research purposes.
I would rather get crucified all naked, covered with honey like some Viking torture ass, to just be eaten alive by birds with no ability to move and have eyelids cut off, or eat Michelle's salad first before sending you my nudes, Joe.
Again, with personal jabs towards my wife? What the hell is up with you, Donald? Can't you just give it up for at least a day? I have had enough of you slandering me and my wife's name on the daily.
Relax, dark humor. It's called a liberal. And speaking of liberals, there is a perfect color for Obama's gay ass next in the line.
If you were trying to make a gender joke, then the joke is really on you, because I remember that back in the 920s, pink was a very traditionally masculine colors, and I was wearing pink skirts. Anytime I go out for a walk in the park with my very manly pink pig named Pixie,
I always get confused on how old you really are, or when you are talking about your actual childhood memory, or just having another schizo episode. But we should stop giving colors gender. I'm a believer in all colors being unisex. For example, my wife looks great in the pink suit, as well as me and Joe. Everyone can look good in any color as long as they can rock it well with the rest of the fit. Hairstyle, posture, build, face shape, and all of that.
Preach, Bomberman. That's why I will, without any hesitation, throw it up in S tier. Now we have to rank a very similar color, which is violet. I can't help but to love it. My room RGB strips are set to violet color 90% of the time, just because how cool it looks. It's also the theme color for Twitch, and I wanted for a moment to change the strips in US flag to gray and violet instead of red and blue, but Barry made me leave it as it is. But nonetheless, I won't let Barry fuck it up this time, and my rating stays at S, and don't even try to confront it, because we are instantly moving to the next one, which is, of course, a red color.
Now, opposed to blue, this is actually a fire and strong color, which represents the great Republican Party. And by the way, our party elephant would destroy that Democratic blue donkey by just stepping on him with no struggles.
Yeah, that might impress some brain-dead Redskins, but actual intelligent people would love to see historical rap battle. And you can choose anyone from your party, and Barry would eat them up and leave no crumbs. You can tell just by looking at him.
It was racist, but he ain't lying. I mean, goddamn, my flow is so good. Just check out this clip real quick.
My palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the surface I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting.
Oh yeah, you sure are dropping bombs, but if you're already forgetting them, then I would ask Joe to share some of his pills with you.
Oh, get off me, you orange asshole. Joe, finish up those 3 rankings and make sure to leave red in D tier, and let's wrap this up so I can stop talking to this asshat over here. Oh, and I almost forgot. Again, a shout out to Oh My God, Birdman Archive is of course needed, and I truly am thankful for your support.
Okay, B-Dog, so red is D tier, white is the greatest color ever. It's the color of the people.
Now, what in the living fuck do you mean by that, Joseph?
That is so messed up, even I wouldn't say it.
That is just because you are orange yourself, not white?
No, it's not, you fucktard.
Stop fighting, guys. You remind me of my parents, and I don't know how me telling the color of every human at the first stage of development, which is being a sperm cell, is racist in any way, shape, or form. I splashed a lot of the young white joeys all over my keyboard when playing Gunnar Aim Trainer that Donald gifted me on Steam. Thanks, Donald. But yeah, so white is the most obvious S tier, and as for yellow, I don't actually have any opinion on it. You can have this one, Donald.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I think the Chinese are disgusting and should be swept away from the face of Earth, D tier.
Oh my God.
Hi guys, I remember Barack once got in my Steam account without asking and played Life is Strange with you. Did you know there is a prequel to this game?
I'm sorry, honey. I just was interested if this game is that good, because your taste in games must be good. And, there is?
Of course there is if she's asking this, you moron. Just look at the screen, would you?
Barry is definitely not beating the allegations anytime soon.
Oh, but you are? Ugh, whatever. So like, what, is this the backstory of Max? Like what happened before the Blackwell?
Yeah, I don't think Max would lit up one, and that's for the better, because if you want to get lung cancer, then at last get it from something that tastes good. Light up a Cuban cigar and you're chilling, but no, smoking the fucking cigarettes is worse than even smoking pot like Barry.
No, get away from the choo-choo little girl. It won't be able to stop.
Wait, playing with death, smoking, stupid decisions. Oh no, please don't tell me she is the main character.
What are you getting? Oh, okay, I just got it. Well, you can't say it will be boring.
But this time, if it will fail to be successful like the first game, then we won't be recording another episode. Nuh-uh. I'm down for some actually fun games instead of listening to the 5-minute speech of some depressed teenage girl who thinks she is the shit and the whole world revolves around her.
Wait, she is a teenager? Okay, if you don't want to continue it, then I can handle it even if I'm all alone. Actually, now, thinking about it, I would prefer to play it alone. You should get more immersed in the story without all the backseat gaming, of course. Hell yeah, what a save for Joey.
Hold on, guys. I will just turn the music up because it's kind of important when we are going to a concert.
That was definitely not a nice save, Joe. And you don't say it out loud, too. But wasn't she like 19 in first game? So she is like, what, 18 here?
You aren't wrong about her age in the first part, but this game is set 3 years before Max actually got accepted to the Blackwell Academy. So this is 2010, and Chloe is a 16-year-old girl here with a lot of struggles and unlucky timing. But I actually didn't play this game earlier, and all I know about from the Steam description is that it's basically about Chloe and Rachel.
This place is awesome.
Wait a minute. There is something off in her voice, but I can't pinpoint exactly what.
That is because it's a different voice actor. In first game, Ashley Birch was the voice of Chloe, but in Before the Storm, which was released back in 2017, she was in that huge voice actor strike that was happening for about 11 months. So developers had to cast someone else, and it's Rihanna DeVries. And in all honesty, she ain't that much different. And you can really believe it's a younger version of Chloe without some artificial pitch altering.
So let me guess, after her dad, which seemed like a good man, passed away due to that incident, she decided to start smoking pot, buying it from some shady dealer, and now she wants to go to that crack house and inject herself with God knows what, and probably have a drink in which some crackhead will dissolve the funny pill that Bill Cosby and Biden is a fan of. Huh?
That was weirdly very specific, and in all honesty, it kind of scares me. You have anything else you want to say?
It's very weird how the first thing you thought about is a grape when you know you are talking about a 16-year-old girl. You're a creep, man.
Now that is the peak example of projection, if I ever seen one. And aren't you the one that is always preaching how the age of consent in many states and in Washington, D.C. is 16?
Yes, that is true. The age of consent in D.C. state is 16, but where you came from, the age of consent is 17, so...
D.C. isn't a state, you pea-brain.
It isn't? Ah. So in which state it is?
In none, it's a district.
So it's just like a state?
No, it isn't. It's their own thing.
What you're describing right now is a state, dude. Make up your damn mind.
God damn it. Joe, D.C. is a district, so it's basically a small square where presidents is required to live, and we're between Maryland and Virginia. It's in the Constitution. It's like a small restricted area for the president.
Yeah, just shut up and talk to the bouncer already. When he says, "What are you still doing here?" say his mom, and that will definitely make him let us in.
That's stupid. But I'll take a look at the dialogue options. We need to start insulting this guy since it's the only option.
A backtalk challenge. More like a get slapped challenge.
I don't appreciate the fourth wall break here. It's really awkward.
Just like a conversation with you, you asylum escaping creep.
Don't you remember what it's like to be a teenager? I just want to see the band.
Real tough insult there. I'm surprised he didn't start to immediately cry.
Isn't it past your bedtime?
If you're going to choose left or top answer, I'm going to crash out Barack.
Oh yeah? Watch me then.
Isn't it past yours?
Ouch. What the flip, dude? What did I do to you?
That's what you get for ignoring my suggestion, Obama.
And what you gonna do about it? Punch Joe again? Is this your threat to me?
Kittens riding tiny mopeds are cute. I'm more like Red Sonja riding a Panzer tank.
Jesus Christ, I can't cope with so much cringe. Can we stop this conversation already?
You could have a flamethrower, an army of robot ninjas, and a motherfucking dragon on a leash in there, and I'd still kick your ass.
I give up. You're all right, kid. Go on in.
Okay, there is no way people were this stupid back in 2010. He got to have more drugs in his system than the crackheads inside with needles in their dicks.
He looks like a big guy, and since steroids are also classified as drugs, that might be true. But I'm not sure. He looked pretty healthy, and that's something you can't say about 90% of anabolic warriors.
Especially Sam Sulek. Have you seen him recently? He's now looking worse than ever. His skin is similar to sandpaper, and his acne is worse than acne of a 30-year-old Discord mod who reviews Reddit with his 17 Discord kittens in daytime while sending them half of their inheritance money and indulges in some conspiracy theories about Alex Jones being replaced by a clone in the nighttime. All that while munching on some Funyuns and Doritos.
Already did, and 5 times today on the top of that.
Everyone in your family despises you, and your son is faking to like you just to get pardoned? You fucking dinosaur.
Now, that is a bit extreme for my liking, but I understand the reasoning.
What a cute doggo. Let me pet you. Who's a good boy? That's right. You're the good boy.
Joe's love for the dogs is one of the very few behaviors I accept. I also have a Sonny and also had Bo. But Bo was 4 years older, and sadly he died back in 2021. But he was a good doggo, so I'm sure he's in a happy land right now. Dogs are really man's best friend. Their unconditional love is eighth wonder of the world,
I mean, if I was forced to choose one out of the two to take care of, I would get a cat 10 out of 10 times. You just have to empty the litter once in a week and refill their bowls with food and water, and they don't eat that much since they are pretty small, and they will take care of themselves. They don't need you for anything else than those two things. Meanwhile, with a dog, you have to teach it to not piss or shit in the house when he's a puppy. You have to walk with him 3 times a day. If you take a big dog, then you also need to be really fucking careful about his behavior, because while cats are intelligent, a dog is going to be a nut job if you won't take a proper care of him. Prime example of that is Joe's Commander Tate. Who would have thought that giving Grandpa Joe a dog would turn into 24 serious bites in the White House, where many of those required stitches? So in short, if I had to play with a pet of my friend, then it's a dog. But to have in your house is cat, 1,000%.
That's just called being a man-child with responsibility being his biggest enemy. How are you going to say that shit and then go on and have 5 kids with 3 different women?
He has the money, so he probably hired nannies for 4 of those kids, and the only one he had an interest in taking care of is Ivanka for his messed up, creepy reasons. I heard he was the one telling Ivanka which plastic surgeries to get.
Listen to me, dude. I know this is the first thing that comes to your mind when talking about kids, but I just saw a potential, so I couldn't help but to perfect someone with my God-given genetics. And some of Ivana's too, but mostly mine. And why are we talking to this pot dealer?
Because it's a familiar character from the first game, so listening to the dialogues before all that crap that happened later is interesting from the lore standpoint.
Don't worry about it, baby. He is always like that. Whenever we play a game with some character, he finds someone to dunk on for whatever reason, and he just keeps doing it until we end the episode. I guess that's what you do when you're the most insecure man in America. It's scary that someone like his ass got elected as a damn president. Really?
Come here a lot, or?
Yeah.
Right. It's cool.
I'm really glad you approve.
Nah, I'm all up to light one up, but I wouldn't buy from him. I prefer my trusted sources. Who knows if he hasn't added some harmful drugs to his mix?
Here we go.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble now.
Fuck.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine.
Relax. You bumped into me, remember?
God, this dialogue is more fake than CNN News.
Fuck off, man.
Hey, you don't know who I am, do you?
Yeah, you are some drunk medhead who is built like a fucking twig. Now fuck off before I snap you in half and break that beer bottle on your damn head.
All right. Mosh pit is a no-go. Fine.
Oh no, now we have to try out those rotten stairs.
Thankfully, Chloe isn't Trump, so she won't break them after taking one step.
I much prefer to break stairs with my legs than to break my legs with stairs like you do.
Okay, that's actually a good comeback. I won't even lie.
Fuck, yes! Finally made it. I can't believe it.
And there goes our ad revenue from this video. Great idea with turning the music up, Michelle. Real nice.
If you actually had any clue about technology, you would know that whoever edits those videos can just simply mute it post-production.
Those fucking clowns again? Seriously? Is he still crying about those $2 worth of beer that I spilled over him?
You should be more careful. It's a rough place.
I don't like your attitude.
Just roast his ass so hard that he will just freeze there out of pure embarrassment. What a pussy you are.
Listen, dude, I'm just trying to de-escalate conflict, but I ain't gonna apologize to such a dickhead, okay? Never mind. You were right about insulting him.
Then how about I show you how unimpressed I am with limp dick assholes who get butthurt over a spilled beer?
I think she's calling us out, dude. She's gonna regret every word. Every word. Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna.
Bro, this bootlicker right beside him is this game equivalent of that Chinese kid in Brickleberry. Editor, pull up the clip so our viewers can see the uncanny resemblance.
This is called a girlfriend. Something you'll never have.
Oh, he called him gay? Oh, he got fear on commitment.
And I'm going to tell you all about being a park ranger.
You look more like a park ranger.
Oh, snap! He said pork ranger. That's a play on words, y'all.
Forest fires are extremely dangerous. Is that what your face up?
Oh, new kid dropped an HBO word.
Picture everyone naked. Picture everyone naked. Picture everyone naked.
Picturing kids naked? Don't you do enough of that at home, you pudgy pedophile?
Oh, no. He's saying pork raises a pee-pee toucher.
Oh no, I remember it airing on Comedy Central. It was unfunny, racist, and very cheap. I don't understand how people liked it to the extent of producers making another show which reuses most of the character designs, and that's Paradise PD.
Relax, humor. It's called a dark liberal. And who the hell is this girl that just came up here out of nowhere, and why?
This dude just assaulted a woman. Give me his address so I can nuke him right this instance.
First off, it's just a video game, and second of all, you don't have the codes anymore, little bro, or any power to launch those suckers, so zip your mouth because it reeks of cheese and dead man.
And how's that for talking with a junkie pot dealer Donnie, huh?
Okay, it's kind of cool, and he even gained a bit of my respect, but it's a tiddlywink of it, since he is still a damn pot dealer and a junkie living in his RV, and that's called being homeless. I have seen it also trending on TikTok some time ago, and it still baffles me how someone can be this lousy. Is her mom Biden? I swear this dude says that every single morning whenever he cooks breakfast. Kudos to him for not burning the kitchen bow. With his geriatric hands, I would assume he wouldn't be able to flip those eggs. But this fossil can surprise you.
I still can't get over it that instead of serving orange juice along, he serves a cup of his horrible concoction where he adds 2 spoons of coffee, a bag of Lipton tea, fills it to the half with Red Bull, and then tops it off with half a cup of Everclear. Like, who does that?
Leave it. It's Joe you're talking about. He always fucks something up. He cooks a perfect eggs and bacon, and then boom, it's all ruined by the smell of this potion in the room. That's why you gotta have your Diet Coke in the fridge.
But it's a perfect drink to start your day with. It has it all. It gives you a caffeine kick to start your day fresh and energized. It has a tea bag, so you know it's very healthy and got all the antiperspirants or whatever they are called. And Everclear is just for this tangy aftertaste and to get you going. And it's also my signature to make this drink Biden certified.
You know that the antioxidants don't block or counter all the chemicals from Red Bull, right? This drink is about as healthy as Trump's daily diet. Just please don't ever serve it to us, but just a glass of orange juice. It's being chosen by so many millions for a reason, and a good damn reason.
We really should get going and apologize to our moms. Moms deserves the best treatment and sincerest apologies.
I know you're saying that mostly because you're a mom, but you're right, and I fully agree. Moms are the best, but Chloe needs a father figure in her life, clearly. I mean, Jesus, being 16 and smoking pot, going to some crack houses and buying the weed from some junkie, what the hell is that? When Barron was 16, he was already banging hookers and playing on a soccer team.
Oh, look, it's a thing Trump doesn't know about. Protection.
What? He clearly knows about it? I mean, bro has entire Secret Service to him? You are kind of weird today, Bombi boy.
Listen, it's not my fault that the Magnum condoms are too small for me. And anyway, putting it on the Don's Impaler 3000 would be like putting a Biden-themed wrapper on a Ferrari. It doesn't make sense.
In your case, it would be more like putting a spoiler on a Fiat 500, you shrimpy.
Oh, honey, how would you know that?
Time for next scene.
Hey, Mom. You wanted to talk?
Chloe, what happened to you?
It's no big deal. I walked into a door.
I know the pain. Happens all the time to me.
When I send you a text message, Chloe, like last night, I need you to answer.
You can just say text. You don't have to say message.
And I need you to answer without the snark.
An apology would be good, but it's the truth that we were sleeping. So let's go with that.
I was sleeping. I didn't get your text until just now.
Oh, you make it so hard to trust you.
Great choice, Barry boy.
To talk about?
What is it with you and David? Always cutting to the chase. Why can't we just have some pleasant conversation before school?
Pleasant and school don't belong in the same sentence.
Watch your mouth, orange version of Chunks, but without the soccer skills. Every time I visit school, it's the most pleasant time for me.
Every single minor on the face of the globe should get a restraining order against you, preventing you from getting within a 100-mile radius of them, you forgotten Neanderthal.
Now, that's not nice. You're being too harsh on Neanderthals, Donnie.
Ah, right. School. My favorite.
You used to love to learn.
Yeah. I used to think drugs were lame too.
Hunter did too, but I slapped some sense into the boy.
Let's not fight. I made you breakfast.
Nah. I'll just grab something later.
Now, I don't know about that. I could go for some bacon and eggs. Shit is bussing. Can you get one of the maids to cook some, Barry?
Sure, but let me watch this scene first.
What are you gonna eat?
I'll enjoy that, huh?
Tired, huh? That'll teach you to break curfew.
What?
I know what time you came home last night. And don't think you can get out of school just because you missed the bus again.
Why would you assume that?
Who do you think your principal calls when you skip? Do you think I enjoy lying for you? Saying you're sick just so you don't get expelled? Between your grades and your disregard for my rules, I see you slipping. I'm worried.
But Mom, the whole point of lowering expectations is so you won't be disappointed in me. Ever again.
You're happy doing what you're doing? Fine. Keep at it. Just let me know so I can stop fighting with Blackwell to keep you on scholarship. Money's tight enough as it is.
Then take out a small student loan of $1 million. It will be more than enough to cover the scholarship and leave some lunch money.
Don't fall for that, guys. I did that, and now I'm over here still trying to pay off my student loans from 1960s. I'm going to turn that pension from 200,000 to 200 quintillion on stake.com this year.
Great, David's taking an interest. He's a good man. Maybe he can help.
And he will? Slapping some discipline in that rascal was necessary? I always did that with Baron whenever I caught his ass doing homework instead of grinding solo queue on League of Legends. We have maids for that. Or he could also bully some nerd from his class to do his homework. My boy is a damn giant after all.
Is that your game plan for him to graduate from college in a couple of years? Or will you just bribe the principal?
I don't think it will be necessary. Did you ever see Baron? He is acoustic as hell, and that's like a superpower. I think he will be graduating this shit in his freshman year.
If he's kind enough to share his experience, I expect you to listen.
Like I'd let him get within 15 feet of me.
When he takes you to school today.
Very funny.
You will be nice, you will be respectful, and you will say thank you.
Are you serious? This is such...
What, Chloe? Such what?
Mom's trying, I guess. Maybe I should too. But what's the point in getting along if it means pretending everything's fine when it's not?
Bro, what? What the fuck does it even mean?
Mom, I know you're dealing with a lot.
Thank you. I understand you don't need me as much anymore. But I need you.
I do still need you. You're my mom.
I'm proud of you for being so self-sufficient. But the whole world's not out to get you.
Tell that to the world.
Oh. So this game also features a diary. That's good to know. We can read some more in it if we ever get sucked into the game so hard to explore more of the lore.
Did someone say to get sucked hard? What in the freaky dicky is going on in this room? A group action? Ooh, now that is me likey.
Where the fuck do you all keep coming from? Every other episode, there is some uninvited fuck entering this room. What do I pay my Secret Service for?
Okay, Orange, let me explain something to you. White House is not yours, or any one of us for that matter. It's a federal government building, and you don't pay Secret Service. They are paid off by all of the 300 million Americans in this country. There is a former president section of the White House underground. It's like a Diddy party all day, every day down there. Especially now, since Joe got to add a sex dungeon in there.
Shit, you're for real? I thought there was just a basement with some pickle jars and a bunker under the east wing. So it was fake? There is no bunker?
No, that is true. I keep my pickles in there. And there is a bunker, but that's what the east wing is for, basically. The dungeon is here in the west wing. I named it after the great Kanye West, which is now known as Ye. And his profound thoughts are truly ones of a great artist. I agree with a lot of his statements, especially the ones about...
Nope. You must be nuts if you're thinking I'm letting you finish this sentence. I don't even know what is happening now with him since we are shooting this a day after Super Bowl. I checked out Yeezy.com when I saw his ad from the dentist office, and legit, there is only one thing in there, and it's a goddamn white t-shirt with a big-ass shuriken symbol in the middle, if you know what I mean. Do not check out his site for your own sake.
You know, I can't say anything good about him, but I also won't hate on the guy since he praised me and Elon when he went on that rant on X. For legal reason, I can't bring this up, and even if I wanted, I think he deleted his account, so there's that. But he praised me.
And he made graduation.
My share of scraps. But it's not responsible. You owe it to your mother to do better.
Tell me again what I owe my mother, dirtbag.
Electrode insulator's probably cracked. You know what a spark plug does?
Yes.
It ignites.
Did you not hear me? I said I know what it does.
Then go grab my socket wrench set from the garage, and we can get moving.
Going back on that yay convo, you guys need to learn how to separate the music from the artists. It's safe to say the old Kanye West we know is gone now, and we still can enjoy his music, but disregard and not condone his words, worldviews, and rants. Saying he is right because he made graduation, late registration, or Yeezus is the dumbest shit I heard.
Tiniest penis in all of Arcadia Bay.
What? This muscle car rocks. Of course not his daily ride because it's old, dangerous, hard to control, unreliable, and bad to the environment, but it looks sweet. I would love to take this out on a track once in some time.
Isn't it the same car that George Washington used in the battle against the Brits? Editor, back me up here with the clip.
That is some old-ass Challenger commercial. The car in the game doesn't even have a brand.
Nah, I am pretty sure this is war footage straight from the war site where George Washington famously committed a vehicular manslaughter of multiple Brits that day. And it was damn well worth it. Truly a hero way ahead of his time. That is why the muscle cars are a symbol of this country to this day.
Ready to roll?
Please don't want to talk. Please don't want to talk.
I want to talk to you about something.
Fuck.
We don't have to like each other, but you will respect me. You've enjoyed enough of a vacation from having a father figure. So there's some things I want to be real clear about.
Let's just hear him out. I want to hear if he is a reasonable man or just some a-hole.
Joyce, your mother, she's hurting, Chloe. Hurting for you. You've had it rough, no doubt about it. But all this staying out late, ignoring her command, drinking, drug use, it's making everything harder for her. You need to shape up, get your act together, and put someone else first for a damn change. Am I making myself clear?
Is it crazy if part of what David's saying makes sense to me?
He is putting that in a very non-understanding way and in a wrong time, but he is making sense. We can't be so self-centered. I mean, we were all presidents. This is our duty to put American citizens first.
Or drop 50 nukes on some unregistered poor orphanage in Yemen to give those kids some freedom in heaven. Isn't that right, Bombi boy?
What did I ever do to you to catch that stray? What's going on, people of America? Tonight, we decided to rank characters from one of the, if not the best TV show of all time, which is, of course, Breaking Bad.
And to all of the Better Call Saul crybabies, before you cry in the comments about the lack of Lalo or some others no names from that show, we just simply don't give a crap. And only person here that watched the show is Joe, and he is unreliable as hell. So without any further, I will be the one making this ranking because I had the most appearances and had the show that was considered the best, very best by many. And anyone who says else is a fake news, jealous assho who struggles to rep 100 pounds with their wobbly ass arms.
We all know The Apprentice was mid as hell, and people left in on their TVs when they were making dinner in the kitchen, so nobody paid attention or really remembers anything about it. And I might be a bit forgetful, but I am sure as hell Kim Wexler didn't appear in Breaking Bad, and for a fact wasn't even mentioned by Saul or anyone else. So why is she here but no Lalo or Nacho? Those guys were absolute gold.
That's the list we fucking got, and she's kind of bad too, so go cry to the person who made it. First off, we got Hunter Biden. He might be a crackhead and a junkie, but he is a true loyal friend and one of the two best hitmen west of the Mississippi, so I'll ultimately place him in a B tier. Not quite there to reach the A tier because A tier is like 90% goated and Hunter isn't that, but I wouldn't cry over B tier ranking.
Now let's be real. You are saying that because you are just coping with the fact that Ben Shapiro, who you bully constantly, placed you in the B tier ranking, and you are just fuming behind that smug ass mask you got on.
I don't know if you wanted to make fun of my son, but Skinny Pete is actually dope. So joke is really on you, fat ass. But you better call the next character coming up because your ass going to be going straight to the slammer right after you get evicted from the White House come 20th January 2029.
My homie J.D. Vance got me covered, so when he will take the throne, he will definitely arrange a pardon for me. But as for Saul, I respect his hustle, and he clearly knows about the business, even though his ideas may not be as adjusted, let's say, as some good financial advisor would give out. But he clearly knows how to play by the rules and how to bend them, and if Walt and Jesse had just listened to him from the beginning, without all the ego tantrums, they could easily stop cooking in a couple of months and peacefully provide for their generations to come. Saul is definitely the first S tier, and there is no questioning that.
That's a solid take. He is one of the most grounded and least evil characters, but he is still a criminal that worked with legit killers and had no problems with that and did everything he could just to earn as much money by any means possible.
And that's the same shit we do as presidents, and nobody bats an eye. Next character is that cartel boss that I forgot the name of, but I'd guess that it sounded like El Don Rezo de Hector Rodriguez Hernandez Sr. or some shit like that. He wasn't stupid because he knew to not execute Gus because he had some connections in Chile, and he waited for him to drink first to prove that it's not a poison. But he is Mexican, so E deserves C tier at best. And now Gretchen is someone that was actually unfairly treated by Walt's ego, and only his. Listen, having a bit of ego is even required if you want to be a winner, but Walt was a bitch who always had a big ego that prevented him from reaching his true potential whole his life until the meth industry. And that was a bit of a paradox because his ego could only get fed if he let it rest for a minute. But enough about Walt. Gretchen was the best partner Walt could have asked for, but he just decided to fumble it simply because her family was higher class than his. Yeah, Gretchen goes to A tier. She wanted to help and never did any bad thing to anyone, at least in the show. Only thing I find weird is how she looked at Elliot with his huge ass, Barack Obama looking ass ears and decided to marry him, but it's her choice.
Nah, I agree with Walt. Fuck her. Next dude is Ginger, so what are we even talking about? And there is another D tier because he's, well, you know what I mean. My lawyer advised me to not finish the joke, but we all know why he should go there.
You're threading on a mighty thin ice, Joe. Better stop with these jokes or I'll bring out the Iron Man suit I've been developing and fly all the way over to Delaware.
Basically, I'm here to announce that we're building Iron Man.
If anyone here is Iron Man, it would be me because I am a genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Pretty nice, huh? But I am already Batman, so there is that. Maybe I'll let Elon be Iron Man, but we'll see what we can do later. For now, let's get back to rankings because we have a lot of characters to rank here and some of them are really complex, so sorry to everybody, but we will really flatten some of them out because we just don't have the time to turn it into a 2-hour-long podcast. Maybe we will do that in the future. I'll think about it. So, this Ginger dude that was working for Saul, and I really didn't watch the show for quite some time, so some of the names are just gone from my memory.
You nincompoop. His name is very clearly stated in the show as Patrick Kuby. I mean, Patrick was never actually stated in Breaking Bad, but Saul clearly referred to him as Kuby. So get your facts straight, and that serves as yet another reason why I should be the one headlining this episode.
Shut the hell up, Joe. I didn't ask plus ratio. Plus you get no hose. As I was trying to say before Joey shamelessly interrupted me, this guy is a smug but a smart guy that I respect. But we don't really get to see him much as a person, but we just see him doing his job a couple of times. So he is a very simple character, and for that I have to place him in the B tier. And I'm doing that because I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of people in the upper ranks, but not the next one, because this Mike wannabe is even more simple as a person, and he is doing his job, but without that Mike flair to him. So He is going to D tier. He is about as charismatic as Joe, and that says something.
He must be bagging hella hoes then, since I have the legendary Joe charm. I get all the sweet girls in the parties.
Joe, we definitely noticed you using the term girls, and we are disgusted by it. So for the love of everything, just go on and rank Skylar Donald, but reduce your misogynism to the minimum, please.
I can't guarantee you empty promises, but what I can guarantee is objectively factual statements about her. And her attitude was okay for me in the first 2 seasons because she was a certified MILF, but she got fat after that, so I just wanted to roundhouse kick her. Every time she acted out of place in the show, and I threw my TV out the window during that happy birthday scene, so I will never not put her in the D tier, and I won't expand further on this topic.
She was suffering from the lupus, you asshole. It's not her fault that she has genetics like that. It's not like she can change that.
And I was suffering from bleeding eardrums. She could definitely just shut the hell up in that scene and not empty the entire fridge 2 times a day like Donald does. This dude probably could inhale the entire McDonald's kitchen if it was unsupervised.
I'm unfortunately going to have to side with Joe on this matter, but we can actually put 2 next ones instantly in the D tier along with Skylar because Todd, who gained 60 pounds on that photo, I don't know why the author chose this picture out of all the available ones on the Google, but whatever. He is too evil even for someone like me. He pulled the trigger on a goddamn kid and didn't even flinch. I can't put someone like that into any tier above D. And as for Marie, I believe the show would not change one bit without her. She was more useless than that fly in Walter's lab. Hank wasn't broke one bit, yet she stole the gift for Walter's baby.
Okay, I am completely lost on how this ranking works. You rank someone in D tier because of how little their input in the story is, yet you rank someone before in D tier just because you don't like them, even though they contributed heavily?
Stop being a criterion-needing little bitch nerd and live a little, would you? If the involvement in the story was all that mattered, then we could hand the ranking off to ChatGPT. I'd just go with the flow and rank them as I wish. And while we're at it, Tuco is an iconic character, and everyone made memes about him. And remember that he died in the first season? He had been given not that much of screen time in the grand scheme of things, yet he started Heisenberg. Because remember that the only reason Walt started to identify as Heisenberg is Tuco beating the living shit out of Jesse, and then Tuco respected the balls of Walt to do what he did until he kidnapped him and Jesse, but that's enough of ranting about him, and he deserves B tier. But Ted Beneke is going to D tier for his dumb ass alone. I mean, how stupid can you be? You commit tax fraud, you ask your employee who you bang also for a stupidly big amount of money to help him, and then you spend this money on a fully decked out car, which I believe was some brand new Mercedes. I don't know how his dumb ass managed to even be a successful businessman in the first place.
That low-key sounds like something you would do, especially after knowing how you are with women. And he actually inherited his father's business the same way your loathful ass got a small loan of $1 million from your father back in the day to start building all your bankrupt casinos?
I was originally against the idea of Joe doing this list, but I am just dumbfounded by his knowledge on the lore of the show. He really seems to know his stuff.
Barry, while he knows every fun fact there is to know about Breaking Bad, he is that person who believes Walter White is the person you should root for, and he would probably put Hector in S tier just because of how much his current state resembles him. But we're not even close to that, so I'll speed it up a bit. Jesse is very troubled, but smart and loyal kid. He is going to S tier ultimately. Salamanca brothers are so fucking stupid. Instead of shooting Hank, this dumbass slowly walked to get his axe and then slowly walked towards him while clearly seeing how Hank is loading the gun to shoot him. D tier for both of them. Jane is probably where people and the likes of Joe will have beef with me because she is goth, young, and is attractive, but don't get fooled by it. And remember, she is a junkie who blackmailed Walt for nothing just because she wanted the cash, and she was 99% with Jesse just for his money and about 1% for anything else. She is a bad person. D tier again.
It looks like she had some past with drugs and she was truly over it, and Jesse's the one that ultimately offered her to do it. So it was Jesse's fault for reigniting that devil trapped inside her.
I'm gonna trap the devil inside of you, Barry.
What the fuck?
Now for the main man, Walter here. You have only 2 options. You can either go on a 10-minute rant about his character complexity, or you could describe him with one word, and there is no in between. I think we talked plenty about him already, and we will mention his ego a couple times more probably, so let's squeeze him just right in C tier where he belongs.
I already know there will be an outbreak in the comments. I see it your way. But I still think S tier would be suitable for him for just his character development and the way he spiraled into the most evil and menacing crim lord of New Mexico.
Watch me give a fuck. For Mr. Agent Steven Quesadilla Gomez, I don't think there is too much to say about his character. He is mainly just Hank's bootlicker 90% of the time. He is maybe slightly more impactful than Marie, but at least Marie isn't Mexican. D tier.
You darn buffoon. Steven Gomez is Albuquerque, native born and raised in there?
No one with the burrito ass last name like this cannot be American. Gail Bedecker, or as I like to say, Gay Bootlicker, was Walt's partner and was also qualified and wasn't really bad, but he was unfit for this world of crime. And I don't know how the hell he even did catch the opportunity. He was really uninteresting to me, so the scene where Jesse shot him didn't move me one bit. It was just entertaining to see the plot evolve.
So what tier is he going to? Oh, and don't you freaking dare to put Kim in any other tier than S. Her feet are just succulent, smooth, silky, and perfect, with just the right amount of dirty.
Oh, come on, Joe. You can't be saying stuff like that. It's a legit ranking, not some horny-ass Reddit poll.
Now, Barack, as much as I'd like to shit on Joe for the 10th time today, I need to be honest and say that Joe is spitting. He once sent me a compilation of all the feet shots of Kim in the Better Call Saul, and they are truly divine. I don't know anything about her because I simply didn't watch the show, so I will rank her based only on that. So she's S tier, and Gail might just go in B tier?
Are you two literally that down bad? Jesus, we can't be ranking someone based off their feet. What is that?
Ignoring that. Badger must be right next to the Skinny Pete. There is no way around it, so I'll spare any words. And Crazy 8 was the one that ignited the chain reaction. And KDA of Walter, he was really important, but he was bland. A tier just because of his Deet's importance in the show. Gus is an S tier, and I don't know what argument could you even make against it. He is a damn genius, can fool anyone, and is a fully professional businessman, and I feel like I could make some great deals with him that would be beneficial for both sides. Flynn kind of reminds me of Joe with the way he says, open the door.
Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
But other than that, he's another typical teenager in any show. Only unique trait of his is that he is, let's say, limited, and I have to put him in the D tier, but that is only, and I repeat, only because I had a beef with him back in the prime Warzone days.
That is so Cap, Jr. I just pulled your IP. I've got it right now.
No, you don't. Huh. Say
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where you're from.
That's not... How did... Hey!
Oh, I just pulled your IP. 308 Negra Aurora Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's you, isn't it?
No.
I'm on Google Earth right now. I see a pizza on your roof.
Hank is very based and has very funny videos, so put him in the S tier. Or you're a sussy baka and you aren't very based.
I challenge you to compete against me at the Goofy yearly gritty competition in Ohio. Loser gets to be fed to Nicocado avocado, all right?
Don't be ridiculous, Joey. Trump wouldn't put him in S tier because of such a stupid reason, right? Trump? Trump.
So after the easiest decision of my life, there is someone we already mentioned before.
Dude, what this list turned into? Come on, you had a great run up until Kim Wexler, and then it turned into pure chaos. Can we get this list back in the order?
Now, I was trying to do exactly that, so if you wouldn't be a nuisance and let me finish my sentence, Hector is basically a secret twin brother of Joe, and just for his bloodline, I have to give him D tier.
I should have known you would take it there, damn it. And just as I was anticipating an actual opinion...
Now, why the hell would my twin be Mexican and born 3 years before me? You make no damn sense, Donald. You know that?
It's just pure factos, Joe. We got double S tier coming right up. Huel is just Huel, enough said to deserve S tier. And Mike can literally do anything. His death is the most stupid shit ever. He dodged death in any way possible, and he lost to bitch-ass Walt, shooting a gun. And keep in mind, it wasn't even Heisenberg, but that weak-ass bitch Walt.
I'm gonna lose my friggin' mind, man. Get out of me head, get out of me head. You mentioned multiple times already that it's an exclusive Breaking Bad tier list, but this is second person that didn't make a single appearance in there? Why the hell is Daniel Warmald in here?
Again, you're asking the wrong guy, old man. But luckily, I watched a couple of TikToks with him, and I basically know his story, so he is going to D tier, and I won't be spoiling it, because Breaking Bad was already watched by everybody, so there is no hurt in spoiling it. But Better Call Saul, not necessarily. So go watch it for yourself, people, and you will see why this fucking nerd is D tier. Phew! Finally, we have two last characters to rank, which are Andrea and Jane's dad.
But before we go on to rank them, really check out our memberships. If you want to support us, then choose any plan you like most. More of membership money goes to our pocket than ad revenue, so that's why we're pushing it. And we have some really nice emoticons and badge, but yeah, let's just end with those two rankings. Go on, Don.
Great work with the shameless plug there, bombing man. Andrea was honestly the one that actually fixed Jesse. If only his business hadn't gotten to him and stripped it all away from him, he might have actually lived a good life. But life's ain't no fairy tale, broke boy. And Jane's dad is basically a ruined man, and I don't blame him one bit. He had a daughter that couldn't get her head straight, fucked with some junkie next door second night there, and she died because he provided her with drugs. No wonder he is like that. So all for all, Andrea deserves S tier for the effort, and Jane's dad is a solid A tier. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for a damn cookie.
Seriously? Subscribe for a cookie? What are you, Nick 30? And Jane died because Walt changed her position while she was asleep?
Shut up, Barry.
Subscribe to Oval Office Gaming right now, or Barack will go get your oil with his drones.